idea. I feel like they had to have.
You think so?
I don't see any super glue.
Well, I mean, we don't have this in 4K, man, but yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that's one bush.
You think that's one bush?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then props to whoever did that. I feel like it's just like a couple. See, no, there's no way, Hamby. There's no way that someone just took like a giant bush and made that.
I bet you they did.
Really? I mean, like the back legs in it. I don't know, man. Do you think Brent knows when he comes on?
He doesn't know.
He should ask like the grounds people or something. Well, welcome to the Brent and Austen show. Brent in the UK, sipping some tea and crumpets right now. He'll be with us in the next hour or so. Jason Hamby pushing all the right buttons. I'm Austen Lane. Yes, rocking the Wings jersey today because they had a big win last night. And no, I didn't forget about my Milwaukee Brewers. But I'm starting to get to the point now where when I wear the jersey on game day, it doesn't go well. So I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. Simple as that. It's got to be one bush killer, Tofu says. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Hamby, I have a question for you. I've encountered a couple things in the past couple of days, and I want to get your input on it. We're going to put you in a situation here.
Oh, wow.
Call me Jigsaw from Saw, if you will. Okay? You have two scenarios. I wanna hear what scenario you're gonna go with. Okay? You have to pick one.
Okay.
All right? This is like, want to play a game? Have you ever seen Saw?
No.
Do you know what Saw is?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. Fully redeemed yourself. So, situation number one. You're on the treadmill or assault bike, working out. Heart rate is pretty high, and someone comes to talk to you. Have a full-blown conversation.
Right.
Not really a person you know, but maybe the person wants to know of, do you think Trevor Lawrence is good or not? Just, hey, not saying it happened, not saying it didn't happen, just saying this is the situation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's scenario number one. So scenario number two, you're wearing a Brewers jersey or a jersey of your favorite baseball team. And you're at the urinal. Big, vast urinal. Bunch of urinals. I'd probably put it at like a 10-pack of urinals, right? Going to the bathroom, doing your thing, handling your business. Steady flow. Strong flow. True flow. And someone comes up right next to you and says, hey, you a Brewers fan? Or are you a fan of the baseball team that you're wearing? Not saying it happened. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. And then you have to have the conversation with the person next to you in the urinal, talking about baseball and your favorite team and how they're doing in the postseason. Hamby.
Yeah.
Which one are you taking? Because here's the thing. The assault bike treadmill scenario, it's all physical, right? Like you're just trying to catch your breath and everything, and now you got to hold it together with a conversation. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, not saying it happened, and it didn't happen. Or are we going with just the sheer awkwardness of being at the urinal where not really physical per se, but much more mental in terms of taxing? Which one you taking, Hamby?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the conversation at the urinal. Okay. I just don't find that one that awkward. I'm guessing just because, when you're at a Jags game or you're at a Georgia-Florida game or anything like that or a Braves game, that one seems pretty... I know we're not in that setting. Not
even close, Hamby. There was nobody even in the row of 10 urinals.
I get it.
Nobody.
It was just you and that other person.
Not one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I've at least done that one.
Oh, I think we've all been there.
We're shooting it at halftime, right?
Sure. But Hamby, I mean,
dude, I don't want to talk to anybody.
I don't like how you're comparing this to being like at a Jaguars game and it's halftime. Because then the urinals are full. This is like you're at Target and no one's like shopping right now. It's like in the middle of the morning.
So this was Costco.
Might have been Costco.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Okay. Yep.
But I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I don't want to throw any establishments under the bus.
Sure. Don't want to.
They could be proud sponsors one day. But the fact of the matter is,
were the bathrooms clean?
Why does that matter?
Well, I mean, we could, Help out Costco.
No, bathrooms were spotless.
There we go.
Bathrooms were spotless, and yes, bathrooms were great. I thought you were trying to add like the clean bathroom into the scenario of why you would pick the urinal situation over the other one. Okay, so just so we're on the record here. So you would take the awkward conversation about your favorite baseball team at a urinal more than you would if you're on the salt bike or the treadmill and someone wants to talk to you.
Yeah, but also it's because here's the biggest part of this.
Okay.
It's the time and it's the escapability.
Sure.
When you're at the urinal, that's a max 30, 45-second operation.
I got a strong flow.
45 seconds to a minute.
There you go.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then at any point, I'm done, I walk out. And that's the end of the conversation.
Can I give you the counterpoint, though, the scenario?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of what I was doing a little bit. Not saying I did it, but maybe I did. If you're on the treadmill, the assault bike, and someone's come to talk to you, you kind of just go like, you know how like you get the earbuds in, and you kind of got to go, oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, say it again.
Yeah.
Like where you can hear them, but you're trying to go above and beyond to say like, hey, this is kind of an inconvenience right now.
Yep.
So I feel like you kind of have a little bit of a get out of jail free card now.
But you have nowhere to go.
Maybe the person's got zero social awareness, right? Which, once again, might have been the case. And they weren't picking up on the keys and everything. So I mean, and there's no right or wrong answer here, Hamby. Like this is Saw. This is Jigsaw. This is let's play a game. Mm-hmm. It's gonna suck either way.
Right.
I'm just asking you. You would take the urinal over.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I hear you. I mean, and that's fair, dude. Like, I've told you my Coach Krzyzewski story at the urinal, where I wanted Coach K. Maybe you don't know this story. I've told it many times on this show. So when I played AAU basketball out of Wisconsin, we played out of Madison, and we were at the Sweet 64. It's called. It was in Las Vegas. It's like one of the biggest AAU tournaments in the country. Ended up getting 5th place, by the way. We're a pretty good team.
Let's go.
Not much to my contributions, but I played with a really good team. Anyways, the Sweet 64, like, everybody was there. Like, every coach that you can imagine in college basketball was there recruiting. And lo and behold, like, here's Coach K. Like, I see him in the crowd and everything. Like, damn, Coach K's watching our game right now. Like, how crazy is that? Mm-hmm. You know? So it gave me a little extra energy to, not saying I want to play college basketball, but you knew what it was, right?
Right.
So, game's over and everything. We win. We talk a little bit, get ready for the next game and everything. Guys are just kind of unwinding, taking their shoes off, just relaxing. I put my flip-flops on, got to go to the bathroom. Go to the urinal, and once again, this is like it's in a high school gym in Las Vegas, so not like a lot of urinals to choose from. And I go to the urinal, and it's full because the game just got out and everything. And I step up, and I give the casual ocular pat down side to side, as sometimes one would do at the urinal. Look to my right, I don't know, 6'10" guy who I have no idea. I'm sure he's going D1 someplace. Look to my left, Coach K.
Wow.
Coach K. And even in that moment, Hamby, where like, hey, this is Coach K. And I'm not saying I'm a giant Duke fan, but like,
still,
to me, he's the ultimate stepfather of college basketball. You may not like him or you may not love him, but you respect him. Mm-hmm. By the way, I love my stepfather, but I'm just saying, sometimes that can be a thing.
Right.
So I'm like, man, like we're both, at the urinal. I'm like, do I say something or not? Bit my tongue. Walking out, go, Coach K, how you doing? He goes, how you doing, Austin? I go, oh, he knows my name, and I ran out like,
wow,
knew my name. Now, did I have any chance to go to Duke? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Not even in the same plethora of Grayson Allen. Okay, I could dunk it, I could jump. That was about it, though. Like, wasn't gonna happen, man. But like, I wanted to pick his brain and just be like, man, Coach K, how you, but like, you can't do it at the urinal. You can't do it at the urinal.
Let me ask you one question.
What you got, man?
If for whatever reason, during the act, he would have stuck out his hand to shake your hand.
At the urinal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you have shaken his hand?
Would have shook his hand and looked him right in the eye.
Tough one.
I would have washed after.
But yeah, but it's
Hamby, you mean to tell me, and like I don't know how you feel about Coach K. I assume like you can appreciate.
I know but I'm just saying somebody's trying to shake hands.
Sure, man. Let's do it. Like I mean, like would I be a little thrown off? Probably.
Yeah, you could lose concentration.
But, like, what did I tell Coach K? Nah, man, let's go wash our hands first, and then, like, let's come back and shake hands, because that's not awkward, Hamby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you
fist bumped
got to bite the bullet. Okay, I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to wash my hands after.
I mean, he could
we'll
do
be all right.
he could do the Trump handshake and pull you all the way in, and then all of a sudden you're splashing the wall.
I mean, I'll take a Coach K fist bump.
No, I'm saying if he does the Trump handshake,
Okay.
Trump
Yeah.
pulls your entire hand in.
Good. And then
That means you're going to be splashing the wall, buddy.
So, wait, my bad, dude. So you're talking about I'm shaking hands when I'm at the urinal, like
Yes,
I'm still good.
yes.
No, Hamby.
Okay.
I thought you meant
That's
like
what I'm saying.
when we're done taking care of business,
No.
we shake hands
I'm
and then we wash
saying
our hands.
mid-flow.
Dude, no one is shaking hands
I'm just
at the
asking.
urinal.
Just
What
asking.
kind of sick, twisted saw games are you playing?
Just asking.
Hamby's like, want to play a game?
No.
Let's go to the urinals and shake hands when you're going to the bathroom. Like,
I
no
saw
one's
it in the
doing that.
chat. I saw it in the chat.
Bruh, I thought you meant like when we're done, you know, and we're all zipped up and everything.
No.
And we're walking to the...
And you're over here saying you'd shake his hand and look him right in the eye.
Hamby, because nobody does that.
Well,
No one in their
That's why
right
it was a
minds is
question.
shaking hands at the urinal.
that's why it was a question.
Not the best one you've had, but okay, we'll take it, man. Unbelievable. What a start to a Thursday.
Hey, let me just pivot and talk
yeah,
about a
let's-
huge win I had this morning.
Hey, let's go and segue from going to the urinal. Hey, let's try to do this, Hamby. I want you to segue from being at the urinal and shaking hands with Coach K when you're doing your business to what you got to say, and go.
Look, when you're at the urinal and Coach K shakes your hand and he knows your name,
Yeah.
you run out of that bathroom. You're talking to yourself. Frick yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Right? One
yeah.
of those.
Come on.
I had one of those about an hour ago when I was at the Action News Jax vending machine.
Okay,
Okay, so let me take you through this.
let's go. We have time.
Normally 3 days a week, I'll go to the vending machine and get a Cliff Bar.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a fan of the Cliff Bar.
Mm-hmm.
They're $1.50.
Sure.
I'm all in.
Packs a lot of calories, packs a lot of punch for $1.50.
And it's like half the price that it would be at a gas station.
Without a doubt.
100%. There's only one problem. There are a lot of spaces in this vending machine for a lot of things to go. It's not full.
Okay.
Like every number doesn't have something.
Sure.
But yet,
Oh, I see where this is going.
the
already.
Cliff Bar has the peanut butter ones
Mhm.
and the chocolate ones in the same row.
Give me that chocolate one.
And the person that's stacking them alternates. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
peanut butter, chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate. Now,
mean-
I like both, but I like chocolate way better.
Okay, and if we wanted to be a real big time baller, we would have, since there's open spots, we would have put peanut butter on one side and then chocolate chip on the other side, because then you can see which one's in more demand.
Absolutely.
This is cause and effect. This is economics 101.
I thought that would have been, kind of logical,
Yeah.
especially since we have the space.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, for the last couple of months, I've just been getting rocked, okay? Because every time I go in there, it's one of the first things I do in the morning. I'll peek from 20 feet away. Is that the blue wrapper or is that the orange?
Orange.
And every time it's the orange.
Which is the
It's the peanut butter. And I will still get it. But it's like every day I'm setting somebody else up to
For
get their
success.
chocolate.
Sure.
Because it's like only one, I have a feeling that there's only one other person that gets these Cliff Bars.
Okay.
And every day they come in, let's go. Somebody took the peanut butter,
getting the chocolate chip.
chocolate's up.
Yeah. I got you.
Chocolate's up.
I got you.
Every day for months.
Mhm.
I've just been getting dominated by this person and setting them up for success
Yeah.
at my own peril.
Okay.
It's really frustrating.
I have some advice for you.
Today,
Okay.
I came in, not only was chocolate first,
There we go.
back to back.
So now he's going back-to-back chocolates with the peanut butter? Or is it
Austin,
new rows.
the first thing I did this morning, I walked in.
Yep.
It was a full-on jump and fist bump, or let's go,
Yeah.
because I went ahead and got both of them. Now I've got one for today and tomorrow. And whoever that other sucker is, he's going to have to deal with peanut butter for today.
I mean, Tommy in the chat brings up a great point, and this is what I was kind of leaning towards a little bit. What if they really didn't want chocolate and they're settling like you are?
Well,
first of all, Hamby, never settle. Like, here's what I would have done. If the peanut butter was up and we have peanut butter on like it's our backup, let's just say, I would have powered through, got the peanut butter, and powered through, got the chocolate to change the lineup. And
that
then that
doesn't
way,
change the lineup though.
Because you said it went peanut butter, chocolate.
Yeah.
So then that way, then you kind of, it rearranges the order, and that person.
That's a great point. I've done that.
Okay.
And then the next day, peanut butter is still the first one up, which makes me think that other person, it's chocolate or nothing. If they come in and they see chocolate, they get it. If they see peanut butter, they're good, and they save it for me the next day.
Okay. I get it. I mean, if you want to know like where my brain goes, it's trying to figure out who's stocking the vending. Because you said there's open spaces, right?
Open spaces.
Hamby, you need to find out the schedule time of when these people are stocking the vending machine. Because like when I worked in the old building, it was always the same time, and it was like Tuesdays at like whatever. I think it was right before I was leaving the morning show, so it'd have been like Tuesdays at like 11. They would restock the vending machine. It's your job now. I mean, if this really means that much to you, which it sounds like it does.
Oh, so pumped.
And I want to see you, just marinate yourselves in nothing but chocolate chip Cliff Bars. If this is the case, I would see what time the schedule is in terms of the guy that changes the vending machines out. And I would just go up to him and be like, hey, sir, how about we just, we use another section just for chocolate chip and one section for peanut butter, and let's see where the, demand is. And then that helps that guy out because then he's only going to restock what's in demand.
I will reach out.
Please.
Actually, I'm going to send an email.
There you go.
To somebody who probably knows.
Yeah.
When that person comes.
Yeah. Might be Brian Middleton. Did you know Brian Middleton? So Brian Middleton of the old, Brent and Austen show.
Yeah.
He owns a vending machine. Dude, I guess it's kind of a lucrative business.
Oh, it's huge.
Where would you put a vending? So, okay, here's the question. Now we'll get to sports in a second because now we're talking about making money, which is more important. Can you put a vending machine anywhere? You have to get the permission of the property.
Yeah, you got to get a permit or permission.
A permit or a permission.
Like, dude, I've always thought that if you could just put them anywhere, I put these Johns up and down the beach. Up and down the beach. Somebody forgot their snack. Somebody wants a drink. Vending machine right there, next to the shower. I feel like that would print money. Print money.
Who's going to take a shower at the beach and all of a sudden goes, hey, you know what would go good with the shower?
No,
some
not
Funyuns.
Not necessarily just because it's next to the shower. I just need it next to it so that it's easy access.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have to go all the way to the store or get in my car.
I thought you were talking about like, hey, you know what pairs well with a shower?
Oh, no.
A big old thing of Cool Ranch Doritos.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put it on the sand.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on the closest thing to the beach without putting it on sand. That's next to the shower.
Hamby, do you know where we're putting these vending machines?
Where?
Right outside of dispensaries.
Yep.
Don't need to get into it.
Yep.
Don't need to give you a 15-minute PowerPoint presentation of why that's a good idea. I think you know where I'm going with it.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, do you know what's gonna pair well with your indica? A nice bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. Have fun. Tell me that's not a bad idea. Tell me that's a pretty good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's better than Brent's egg omelet stand.
Oh, egg shop.
Okay. Let me go ahead and make a note of that one real quick, and then we'll start talking about some sports here.
I've seen so many people are now getting into it, and
vending machines at dispensaries.
Watched a couple of videos, but
that's gonna be a $1 million idea. Cool Ranch Doritos hit different at the beach. Delphonic, who you tell? I'm gonna be honest. Cool Ranch Doritos, and this is gonna sound a little insane. Cool Ranch Doritos and just a regular ham sandwich that's like wrapped up in like the plastic wrap. Hits so good at the beach. If I had it in here, not sure if I could stomach it. I'm at the beach soaking up cosmic rays, and just that generic Miracle Whip and ham sandwich hits with some Cool Ranch Doritos. It's an amazing experience. Yeah, but you've had that. You've been a kid, right? You've been to the beach, had a ham sandwich and some Cool Ranch Doritos.
I definitely have.
Hits differently. But yeah, we're gonna look into the whole vending machine dispensary thing because I might be getting out of the radio business, man. That sounds like a deal that can't miss. All right. Speaking of can't miss.
Ooh.
I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars got to win this game against LA.
Have to?
I mean, I feel like, is there anything better, Hamby, than going into a bye week on a high note? Because here's how I feel about it. You're taking on a Rams team right now that, if we're talking about their offense, okay, you put up 17 points against the Ravens. That's like putting up 3 points against anybody else.
That's true.
Like you get no love for putting up 17 points against the Ravens. I get Puka Nacua went out early in the game and everything. Doesn't matter, right? And I think you have a Jacksonville Jaguars team right now, like, let's call a spade a spade. They got embarrassed against Seattle. Whether it was the emotional high of the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday night, whether it was guys banged up a little bit on a short week, whether it was maybe getting a little too overconfident in terms of who you are as a team. We beat the mighty Kansas City Chiefs and the refs at the same time. Seattle's going to be a cakewalk, or a combination of all those things. But they played a brand of football last Sunday, Hamby, that just it left a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's something to prove here. So if you look at the Rams, who are down their best wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the game, and if you look at the Jaguars, who probably had the worst showing so far in the regular season,
No doubt.
I feel like going into that bye week, you have to go out at least on a positive note. And that positive note comes with a dub against the Rams.
Yeah, I think it is a very important game. I just don't know still if it's must win. Because you're still feeling good relatively about the start of your season if you're 4-3. Now, if you can avoid the back-to-back losses, right? I mean, at the same time as you're 4-3, you still lost a home game, and then one where.
Well, really, two home. I mean, I get it. We don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't
whether
say
you
home
want to
game.
count England as a home game or not, but on the schedule, theoretically, it is a home game.
Right. So you really want to take as many, as obviously as those as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I have a ton of confidence against a team that I don't think is going to make a lot of mistakes. I think that's really what it comes down to for me is, the Jags have done really well when they've been able to force a lot of turnovers. And C.J. Stroud, he'll turn it over a time or two. Obviously Purdy turned it over a time or two. A lot of that we think was because of his injury or just lack of practice or both. And the only one you really didn't get to turn it over a lot was Mahomes. But you did get the one big one, and that was the difference in the football game. Stafford takes care of the football for the most part. Now, he throws a pick every once in a while, but they seem never to hurt him. Yeah. They seem never really to make or break the game. And I just have Devin Lloyd not being on the trip. That's less of a deal, like we talked about yesterday, than Puka Nacua not being there.
Yeah.
But to me, this has all the makings of a low-scoring battle that whoever makes the first mistake or the biggest mistake on offense will lose. Mm-hmm. And at this point right now, I'd say it's more likely that the Jags will make that mistake than the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of, obviously undisciplined play, I think the Jaguars have showed a little more there, right, in terms of mistakes and everything. It's funny that you said that it could be a low-scoring game. So I guess this is one of the benefits of actually, working for the Jaguars is that we get, and this is the first time I've checked my emails in a while, obviously, we get, a bunch of, game stats going into the games and everything in terms of, interesting little tidbits and factoids or whatever you want to call them. You mentioned, the low-scoring game. Obviously, losing Puka Nacua is huge for the Rams. I found this little tidbit interesting. The worst completion percentage by a duo in the 2025 season, so it's quarterback, wide receiver, with a minimum of 35 targets. Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams is at 47.3%. Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. is better than that at 50%.
So they're not connecting at all.
I never would have guessed that. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at Devontae Adams' numbers, at least in fantasy, it looks like he's doing okay, right? I haven't watched a lot of Rams games, I'm going to be honest with you, except the primetime ones. I feel like he's getting his reps, but now that Puka's gone, obviously the focus has to go to Devontae Adams. And
so he's got 26 catches through 6 games.
Okay.
So he's averaging 4 and change.
Now that's you expect that to go up a little bit.
55 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 40, whatever you said, 47%.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Want to take a guess to who has the worst? By the way, I think that's second worst, by the way, in the NFL right now in terms of completion percentage for the Rams with Devontae Adams and Matthew Stafford. Care to take a guess who's number one? It's pretty obvious if you really think about it, but
Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison.
Ooh, that's a great one, but no, this one didn't. Is not the top one.
Man, I was hoping I nailed that one.
Yeah.
There's a minimum.
35 targets is the minimum, and this duo came in at 45.7%.
Gosh, it's bad.
Have not gotten great quarterback play out of this gentleman. I would say, team is not very good.
Mm-hmm.
We may be pretty familiar with this team.
Calvin Ridley, Cam Ward.
There you go, man. Yep.
Good
think
hit.
that's leading the league right now with 45.7%.
That's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, not good. But and then also too, if you want to get into a little more here, lowest passer rating by duo, and once again, this is more than 30 targets. Care to take a guess at number one? Lowest passer rating by duo, more than 30 targets. And just real quick, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, 55.4%. And then Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. is 71. It's not percent. It would be like the rating. So 71 rating. Right. So in the low tier, by the way, of the NFL, and the Jaguars are featured twice, which is not where you want to be. This one's going to be a little more tricky, but it does make sense. And this wide receiver may be on the trade block. YB 400, not Tua and Waddle. Not a bad guess, though.
Give me Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson.
Great guess, but not quite.
Okay.
I'll give you one more chance. Hamby, if you get this, man, I'll be very impressed.
All right, then give me...
Hey, I'm going to give you a couple hints. Team's not so good, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receivers definitely you hear on the trade market. And there's rumors that he might be going back to the team that got rid of him in the first place. Rumors. Just rumors.
Then I'll take Geno Smith, Jacoby Myers.
My man. There you go, Hamby. Nicely done. Yes. Lowest right now with 51.4 in the quarterback rating. But, I mean, Trevor and Travis are 55.4. I did see a soundbite saying that Liam Cohen's going to plan on getting Travis Hunter the ball a little more. Are you buying? Is this gamesmanship, or are we actually believing now that they're going to scheme maybe Travis Hunter a little more?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I saw that quote making some headlines. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that was necessarily put in its right context.
Okay.
What I got from it was they plan to make Travis Hunter the first read on more plays.
Yeah.
He is the number one option, not as in he is our number one receiver.
No, it's, we're
drawing up this play.
Trevor's looking at him.
He's the first read.
If it's open, we're hitting it. If it's not open, we go to our
right.
third reads, and then our safety check down.
Right.
Yes.
So that's an improvement, right? That's something, but it's not. I think people were reacting to that as in Liam Cohen saying he's our number one receiver. He's gonna be treated like a number one receiver with the targets and all that. I don't think that's what he was saying.
No, I agree, but I still think, and once again, if you're a fantasy manager, you like to hear it, right? But
yes.
I think if you're a Jaguars fan, you like to hear that as well, because at the game on Sunday, and granted, my son is a Travis Hunter fanatic, let's just say, so like every time that Travis Hunter was open, that he wasn't getting the ball, my son's making a habit of letting Trevor Lawrence know. I'm not sure if Trevor could hear him from section 112, but he's letting Trevor Lawrence know that Travis Hunter is indeed open. So it did happen a couple times, and I think if you're not the first read, and especially the pocket's collapsing, it is hard to get him the ball. Yeah. So I do like the fact, and you can say, okay, first option, you can call it more plays tailored to Travis Hunter. However you want to phrase it, that language, that verbiage, Hamby, is telling us that, okay, expect Travis Hunter to get the ball more, which he should.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Travis Hunter has 20 catches through 6 games, that's not going to cut it, right? He's averaging 3 and change per game, and he's got less than 200 yards on the season. His average is 9.9. To me, for the rest of the season, there is no reason why Travis Hunter shouldn't, at minimum, get 5 catches and 50 yards per game. That should be the floor for Travis Hunter for the rest of 2025 before we even thinking about bumping it up from there. At minimum, he's got to get 5 catches. And to me, as long as those aren't right at the line of scrimmage, which, by the way, even if they are at the line of scrimmage, he's shown he can break it and make it a 10 or 15-yarder. Yeah. But in order to secure, obviously, 50 yards as a guarantee, we have to make him the number one option on specific plays, like Liam Cohen said yesterday, and throw him the ball over the middle, right, and deep overs and stuff like that. Like, I want to see more scissor routes with him and Brian Thomas Jr., right? They've done a decent job lining them up on the same side, kind of in a 2-receiver stack. I want to see more of it. 5 for 50, I think there's no reason for Travis to ever go under that for the rest of the season. And if he's got 8 targets and 4 catches for 30 yards, then there's got to be concern.
Hamby, let's quick go to break here. We're a little over time, but I'm going to present you a question. I want you to think about this during the break, and I want you to come back with me with an answer when we come back, all right?
See what you got.
What do the Jaguars need more to be successful and make a playoff run? Travis Hunter going forward now being a top 15 wide receiver? Or Travis Etienne being a top 10 running back? What does this offense need more? Answer that question next in the Brett and Austen Show.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you.
Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it.
String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Jags practice out there in London. Dude, it reminds me of like the whole atmosphere reminds me of like remember the Titans? You know when they go to, was it Gettysburg?
Had to have been when they're running through the woods.
Well, yeah, you know, like they have camp at like whatever that place is.
Yeah.
And they're all staying in the dorms or everything, and then they go through like the run, like, you know, when it's like smoky or like foggy out.
Yep.
Was that Gettysburg?
I feel like it was.
So, it was something like that. Yeah. And you know, this is like where we have to come together and everything. Maybe we'll get some of that there in England. Travis Hunter doing his thing. Looks like we got a green resistance band there, getting the hips activated and everything. Travis Hunter's gonna be must-see TV, I feel like, in England. Brent even mentioned it. Like, you know, the media seems to like him. Obviously, he's a big talk. See him in all the commercials around the U.S. Hamby, do the Jaguars need Travis Hunter to be a top 15 wide receiver for the rest of the season, or Travis Etienne to be a top 10 quarterback? A running back. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a great question. I think the answer is Travis Etienne. As much as I want and think the Jags need to get Travis Hunter more involved as a receiver, because a buddy just texted me. He was saying how many balls that BTJ has dropped would Travis Hunter have dropped. I think the answer is pretty much 0.
Yeah.
Like, Travis Hunter's going to catch the football no matter the traffic, no matter where. If he's over the middle on the sideline, doesn't matter. He's going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to keep in mind. With being said,
is that an argument though then for Travis Hunter that you need to be?
I think it is. I think it is. All that, but regardless, you've won football games by being able to run the football with ETN and play defense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've won football games that way, I'm not going to say, hey, in order to make the playoffs, you got to like change it, or not necessarily change it, but prioritize anything less. Do what's got you in a great position to start the season. Mm-hmm. You're 4-2 for a reason, because you've been able to run it and play defense. So if we've got to run it and play defense all the way to the playoffs, let's go. We're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like we won 4 football games last year.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, from the grand scheme of things, so what if our passing attack is kind of a constant headache throughout the season? Look, if you're winning games in year one of a new system with a new head coach and a new regime after you just won 4 football games, heck yeah, man. You're in the playoffs.
Let me ask you this question, though. And I'm not saying you're wrong here, Hamby. let's say that we err on the side of more. We need Travis Etienne to keep doing what he's doing, be a top 10 running back, and you win football games. Cool. Is there a sense of worry? And keep in mind, I know that it's about winning first and foremost. But is there a sense of worry then if we're featuring Travis Etienne game after game and he's doing well, and maybe we're not seeing much of an emergence of Tootin? Because right now you talk about Tootin in 6 games, has 27 rushes, 108 yards. That's good for 4 yards a carry and 1 touchdown. Well, I think 1 rushing touchdown. He has a receiving touchdown as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the
Yes.
fake screen.
Fake screen.
Or bot screen. Yeah.
Does that say something then? Because what happens if we're at the end of the season, it's the Travis Etienne show? Are you comfortable then with letting him walk and featuring Tootin next year if we haven't seen the full sample of Tootin?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
You are?
And first
Okay.
of all, I think Tootin's carries will increase. Not dramatically, but subtly over the next 10 games. Or 11 games, I should say. I think this is, look, there are system quarterbacks, right, who say, regardless, we've said that about the 49ers, we've said that about a lot of teams. It doesn't matter who you plug in there because of the system, the O-line, it's going to work. I think that you might be seeing some of that in Jacksonville. Not to take anything away from Travis Etienne. He deserves a lot of credit. It looks like he has his burst back. He's got a little different energy this year. A lot of credit to him. He's fun to watch. He deserves everything that is coming to him this year. That being said, it's not like just because Tootin's only averaging 4 a carry that I don't think in year 2 of being a professional football player that he couldn't lead this backfield.
Well, and granted, and to echo YB400's post here, he does have some sort of shoulder issue.
Right.
He's been non-contact a lot in practice. I'm not sure about this week in England, but I do know last week he was wearing the red jersey or whatever. It was non-contact. So he's dealing with something.
It's hard to see flashes from a guy if he's getting 4 totes a game.
Well, and this is the thing, Hamby, right? If you want to compare this, because I think everybody, including myself, maybe thought Tootin was going to be Bucky Irvin, right? Eventually he was going to take over. He's got the speed. His ability to be a receiver as well. I at least thought we'd see Tootin a little more. Now, injuries may play a part in that, but my point is, so you mean to tell me that you're confident where if this is Etienne's backfield the entire year, and they ride him, and you know what, and it pays dividends, you're okay with letting him walk and letting Tootin take over? Because here's my biggest worry. My biggest worry is that Etienne becomes the most solid thing in terms of a weapon on this offense.
Yeah, he's been our best offensive player.
Yeah. You let him go, and then it's almost all right, well, we'll see with Tootin because he hasn't shown you enough. I don't like that. I don't like playing that game. I like knowing what I know, and we'll see. And, once again, maybe it is the shoulder, and maybe when Tootin's 100%, he will be a Bucky Irvin. But right now, all I have to go off of is that Travis Etienne is by far your best running back.
I mean, I agree. I think we've almost already seen not enough, but a decent bit from Tootin to know that he's going to be good, right? We've seen all the intangibles. We've seen some flashes. I mean, even though, like I just said, it's tough to see it when he's getting 4 a carry. You're not going to see it every week, but you've seen him run over a guy. You've seen the speed. You've seen the athletic ability. You've seen him be able to hit holes and pick the right ones. All of those things. He's not overmatched by any means, and he's got 27 carries in his NFL career, and you can already tell, I think, that he's going to be pretty good. He's not as good as Travis Etienne right now, and that's obvious, and that's why Travis Etienne is the leader of this offense and the leading tote getter.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. But just because, if Tootin finishes the year with 70 carries instead of 200, like Etienne's probably going to have, or 175 like Etienne's probably going to have, I have no concern.
See, and I disagree. Where if at the end of the season, if we're talking about how, okay, this was Travis Etienne's backfield and everything, and who knows, maybe they do give him a contract, but I got to feel I don't know. I feel like they would probably let him go. Now, if you believe in the whole narratives of the Jaguars moving money around and maybe making some big plays. I mean, without getting picked apart too much on social media and Twitter, like the Parker Washington thing that Brent brought up. What if all this is about, maybe you get another free agent or you trade for somebody, but what if they're shoring up money to re-sign Travis Etienne? How'd you feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Because here's what I think, Hamby. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either. But if you were going to give him a new contract and pay him, it would make sense to do it now. Like, yes, there's a risk, obviously. Injuries happen, right? Is this just an anomaly for the first, 6 weeks and everything? But if Etienne keeps doing what he's doing and showcasing long runs and explosive plays, the price tag drastically goes up.
Well, here's the thing. So I can go either way with this. I don't think it benefits you necessarily to do it now from a standpoint of why don't we let the season play out? Because if he gets hurt, then you're going to be kicking yourself big time.
Well, but let's be honest, Hamby, it's the running back position. It's not like you're not paying for an edge rusher.
I get it, but still, I mean, he's going to require at least at the minimum $10 million a year. And this is going to be he's going to want a 4 for $40 type deal. And the way that it would be a good idea to do it before the season starts, because if he does hit the open market, you've pretty much got no shot if you even want to sign him, because somebody's going to overpay to get him on their team. You're not going to pay what a lot of other teams would pay for a running back. I think that's obvious, especially knowing that you have Tootin and Allen sitting on your team.
Part of being a running back is knowing where you're valued and where you can be featured the most.
Right. So I don't think Etienne would sign that deal. I think if he wants to get the most money, there's no way that it would come in Jacksonville.
No, there's no way that it would come in Jacksonville. But also, I feel like if he wanted to sign the contract now and get that guaranteed money, regardless of what happens the rest of the season, I think that would make some sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they lowballed him and got him to sign a 4-year, $35 million deal right now, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. I mean, I wouldn't be upset anyway, because I don't really care about a couple $1 million here or there. And look, he's been good, and I've never been an ETN hater. I mean, I've been frustrated with him at times, but he's a good football player, and it's good. Just at the most elementary level, it's good to keep good players on your team.
Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you real quick, because, the market, the running back market, I feel like it doesn't it has gone up now thanks to Saquon, right? But you got Saquon making $20 million a year, Christian McCaffrey 19, Derrick Henry's rocking $15 million a year, then Jonathan Taylor's rocking 14, and then you got Alvin Kamara at 12.5 a year. Where does Travis Etienne fit in the mold of how much would he garner per year on a salary? Say it'll be, I think most running back deals that there are 3 years. I think 4 years is a little more risky, but say it's a 3-year or 4-year deal for Travis Etienne. And, obviously there's signing bonuses and all this stuff too. But if we're talking about against the cap on a yearly basis, what range do you see him fitting in? Do you see him in the for instance, James Cook's making 11.5?
No, he's not that good.
So he's going below James Cook?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have him more in an Aaron Jones would be $10 million a year? James Conner from the Cardinals would be $9.5 a year. David Montgomery for the Lions would be a little over $9 a year.
Yeah, I put him in the 9.
Mixon's at 8.5.
I would put him in that category.
So we're talking 9 to 10.
Yeah, I said 4 for $40 off the top of my head. I think that's what somebody would pay him. I don't think there's any way Gladstone would ever hand a running back $40 million. So if you can get him, YB400 says in the chat, if he gets $8 million a year, $30 million for a 4-year deal, so $7.5 per year.
And then you front load a signing bonus?
Yeah, I think that would be doable. I mean, I think the best deal possible. If you could do a 3-year deal for $20 million, I mean, I do that.
Sure.
For sure. Like you've got a couple pending free agents next year, like the Cowboys' Javonte Williams, right? He's been a shot in the dark who's resurrected his career. He's been great, especially in fantasy, for the Cowboys. But it's like, You could so easily see them signing ETN.
The Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, or Javonte, or, I think Kenneth Walker is also a free agent going into the next year, even though he might have an option. But he wasn't a first rounder, so yeah, this will be it for him. He's probably going to be the top guy, and he's probably going to want out of Seattle, given what we talked about yesterday with this whole everything with Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
It's ridiculous.
Charbonnet seltzers. Get them in stores now. Get them in your local vending machine.
But those are your top three guys right there. Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, and Travis Etienne will be your top three guys in the market. And I think they'll all probably do well.
All right, let's put a bow on this conversation real quick. What do you need to see from Tootin? Give me some numbers. Give me some touchdowns. Give me some fantasy stats. Where you're comfortable with it. Where it's like, you know what? Travis Etienne, thank you for your service. You've done a lot for our offense. Hopefully you help us go to the playoffs. But we're all set. Best of luck to you on your future endeavors when you sign with another team. What do you need to see from Tootin to reassure that? Because I'm being honest right now, Hamby. If you mean to tell me that you take Tootin's numbers right now of what you've seen, you can't feel the most confident with it. Because it's too much of the unknown.
Yeah, let me do some quick math. So
Please.
he's got 27 carries in 6 games. That's 4.5. We're going to multiply that by 17 games. That's 76.5 carries on the year. I think he'll get more than that.
You'd hope.
Yes. So let's just say he's got 90.
Okay.
If he goes 90 carries and just keeps his average over 4.5, I really think that's all I would need.
And why be 400 with the comment of, I believe Tootin will have a bigger role in the playoffs. The running back position, it's such a hard one to figure out. Because here's what I'll say about it. If this was, I'm trying to think of like a good comparison. I'm having problems. It's not the same type of running back. Okay, take this for instance. Christian McCaffrey. Say that the 49ers were looking good in their division. They're on the top right now. Christian McCaffrey's a little banged up. I could see the 49ers resting him until the playoffs to unleash him. Right? Maybe Saquon Barkley as well. But Saquon Barkley not really having the best start to the season so far. Maybe he's a little banged up. Maybe they give some more reps to A.J. Dillon and Tank Bigsby and company, and they save Saquon if they try to make a playoff run. I don't see the narrative of trying to save a rookie running back with limited experience who has had a little bit of, at least in college, an issue holding on the football. Right? I think it's your job as a team with a young running back to get him acclimated, to get him his reps, so by the time the playoffs come, it's not foreign to him.
Right.
And I don't think right now, if we're saying, all right, Tootin's had, how many carries a game? Or am I confident with him in the playoffs right now? Probably not. I'm going to need to see a few more reps. I'm going to need to see him a little bit more if it's on third down and if he's required, to pass protect. Maybe, Allen's banged up or something like that and he's got to do it. How comfortable are we with that right now with Tootin? Probably not so much. Mm-hmm. So I get the point of, okay, let's keep him healthy. This is the most important thing. And maybe you unleash, this guy who can be a complete game wrecker in terms of his speed and hit the long ball. So be it. But you still got to get him his reps to get acclimated as well.
Yeah, before we take a quick break, YB 490 carries for 800 yards. Buddy, that's 9 a carry. Travis Etienne has 89 carries, one less for 470 yards. So maybe a typo there from YB 400, maybe. Mm-hmm. But if he gets to 90 carries and he's got more than 400 yards, that's a win. Mm-hmm. That's a win. Or 450, that's, he's pretty much going to be at 4.5 a carry.
Then maybe we start putting LaQuinn Allen, too, as the goal line back, because I just feel like that guy. I mean, listen, man, I understand hindsight being 2020, the quarterback sneak, on the 4th and 1 against Kansas City. Don't you just feel like when you give LaQuinn Allen the ball, he's going to find some way to get 1 yard?
Yeah, I do.
Look, he may have to, literally incapacitate somebody in front of him, but I feel like he's going to do it. Like, I feel like there's no way Quinn Allen is not getting a yard. Like, the dude plays the running back position like a middle linebacker.
For sure.
And when I say a middle linebacker, I mean like a throwback middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Like a crazy, and with all due respect, a crazy middle linebacker.
One more point. If Tootin finishes this year with 0 fumbles lost, huge.
Yeah, but let's get him some reps first, Hamby.
Well, I mean, yeah, but.
I mean, hey, if you're getting 4 carries a game, yeah, you better not fumble the football in those 4
saying.
carries. I got you, man.
All right.
I got you.
Let's get off.
All right, let's hit break. All right, man. Are we going to be joined by Brent next?
Yep, he's about to hop in.
All right, we got Brent Martineau coming up next. Yep, shout out to the Darren McCarty. Shout out to the Wings last night. Big win against the Florida Panthers. Now they've beaten Toronto again in Toronto, and then beat the Florida Panthers. That's quite the run. Now, we don't talk about Game 1 against the Montreal Canadiens where they got absolutely curb stomped, but we're 3-1 right now. So what do you want? And I said we like I'm part of the team, but they're 3-1 right now. Go Wings, go Brewers. More on the Brent and Austen Show next.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, taking a look at the Jaguars center, Robert Hainsey, as he goes through warm-ups, and he did a little bit more than that today during practice, too. So if you take a look at Hainsey right now, and I said he missed last week's game, and he's been obviously an injury question mark with a hamstring, you wouldn't think he wasn't playing on Sunday, right? I mean, to me, this all said this is a guy that's tracking to play on Sunday. We'll see what happens with the Jaguars injury report and as we get closer to the game day. And by the way, not a knock on Jonah Monheim, but I think they've been pretty confident in what he's been able to do. Everybody, Brent Martineau here in London, jumping in on the show, and obviously Mr. Red Wing Austen Lane, along with Jason Hamby, been carrying this thing for the first hour. So Hainsey maybe playing, man. That's what I would say. That's what I would interpret, that he's tracking toward playing, and that could be a big deal because you're probably far less limited in what you can run and do if Hainsey's in there compared to Monheim. Fair enough.
Definitely fair enough if you look at the sample size of when Hainsey's been in, and nothing against Monheim, but obviously of the offensive line against Seattle, I feel like none of it was good. So if you can get more of that familiarity back with Hainsey, that's only going to help, I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't know how much you would know this a lot better. Well, I know you're not an offensive guy, but how much if you take away the center I do have a lot of respect for, more than they get respect for, because, just conversations with Brad Meester or other people over the years, there's so much more that goes into that position than people just watching the game realize. But from your perspective, if you have a guy that's been around the league 4 or 5 years, familiar with this offense because he comes over from Tampa, versus Monheim, who's obviously playing his first career game last week, do you think they would have to dial some things back? Do you think maybe he wasn't the reason they had pressures or anything, but he might have been not as great at the protections or helping out to set the line up for better success? Or do you just think they got dominated last week?
I mean, I think it's a combination of everything. But when you talk about the center position, and it's really, you're kind of the unsung hero, right? Because you're essentially the middle linebacker of the offensive line, where you need to make all the checks and all the calls and everything. You need to identify blitzers, or sometimes the quarterback can help you out there too. But it's your job to identify blitzers, identify where the slide protection is going to be and everything. And once again, I don't think Monheim was just the sole problem, last Sunday against the Seahawks. But I think when you bring in a rookie who, kind of has to go on the fly and make all these calls and everything and slide the protection to certain ways, that can be a lot on somebody's plate. So, yeah, I mean, I do think having the more experienced center in to make all those calls is only going to be beneficial.
If you don't mind, I don't really love doing this all the time, but I'm going to jump in on just 2 quick thoughts on the conversations you guys were having.
Please.
As heard some of it, but you saw the video of Travis Hunter just high five. I just thought that was kind of cool, and he might do that every practice. I don't get to go to every practice because we're usually in the middle of our show back home, but I just thought it was really interesting. Like, he grabbed his helmet first
and then started to do this. And I was like, wow, this is wild. He's going to dap up every player there, and he didn't get to everybody before everybody broke. And then he tried to get to everybody on the defensive side. That's part of his vibe. I just think the vibe of Travis Hunter is something. And then the other thing you guys were bringing up with Tootin and ETN, and I didn't know exactly how in depth you got with it, but I just saw a comment in the chat about Tootin and how hard he runs. And I would say that is really significant. I mean, that dude really runs hard. Not to say ETN isn't or doesn't. ETN looks like a different back too this year, but Tootin really, man, he goes downhill and he can be violent and fast at the same time. Very impressive, but I've been a bit surprised, maybe much like Travis Hunter, these guys haven't had the ball in their hands as much. And we'll see if that changes the last 11 games of the season and specifically the back half of the year. But a bit surprising maybe that Tootin and Hunter haven't touched the ball as much as we thought in the first 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, but we broke down Travis Hunter, why you have to get him the football, obviously, going forward, and how important it's going to be to making that playoff run. With Tootin, we think it's a little more, it could be injury related, right? He's had the non-contact jersey on last week with the shoulder and everything. He gets, 4 carries against Seattle. So there might be something there in terms of injury where they're trying to keep him healthy. We kind of went down that conversation a little bit. But I do think it's important where if he's healthy enough, you have to get him his reps just to get him acclimated because, being a rookie running back, and we talked about how there was some issues maybe of holding on the football in college and everything, you want to make sure all those things are behind him now as a professional.
Yeah, it's interesting you said. I don't know that for sure. You're right about the shoulder. He's been nursing the shoulder, I think, coming out of camp. So, but I don't know if that's direct reflection of the usage yet. I really don't. Maybe I'll dig into it a little bit more. And it could be. I get what you're saying. But are we going to see? I think we're all waiting for this whole Bucky Irving effect. But the bottom line is ETN's been playing really well. So I think ETN's the guy holding off Tootin as of now. A couple other observations just from Jags practice. I think something to keep an eye on. Don't forget the storyline of Trayvon Walker as he continues to practice with that club. He only played 15 snaps last week, missed the Monday night game. So if they are going to get after Matthew Stafford or if they are going to have a dominant defensive performance, you figure he needs to be back toward his normal self or as close as he possibly can get with that thing. The other one is Ventrell Miller. I think that's a big conversation point because Devin Lloyd is not out here. And it feels to me like Ventrell Miller is a nice replacement. You never like to lose the production of Devin Lloyd, but this is a guy that brings a lot of energy, flies around the ball, and now has had experience too. So I think we should see him play pretty well. I have confidence in Ventrell Miller based on how everybody else has performed in this defense for the most part under Campanile, Austin, that he's going to play pretty well too on Sunday.
No, absolutely. I mean, he brings a certain type of physicality that you want in your defense, certain type of energy, like you said. I mean, the biggest thing though is replacing, a defensive player of the year nominee. And, does Ventrell Miller have that big playability? Can he be in the right spot at the right time? Can he rely on eye discipline to, carry him to a couple interceptions? We'll see, right? But can't state this enough where I just feel like sometimes whether you're playing safety, you're playing corner, you're playing linebacker, and you feel like you're just kind of on tilt. You're on this run of just, causing fumbles or getting interceptions and everything. Like sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. It's just you have the hot hand. And that's going to be a big thing to replace now because I felt like for a long time Lloyd had that hot hand. And granted, we didn't see that against Seattle, but, he goes out early in the game. So now hopefully somebody can pick up the slack and that'll be Ventrell Miller.
Yeah, Mike, by the way, in the chat, I know he's asking about Newsome in the contact jersey. Then he just kind of caught himself with Diami. It was Diami, by the way, in the no contact jersey, number 5, not 6. So you figured that one out, but just wanted to confirm it for you. The what you just said is pretty interesting because again, can you hope that Lloyd plays at this level all year and he's getting these kind of impact plays? Well, that's probably unrealistic in terms of the splash plays, but it's one of those deals where you feel confident when he's on the field that he's going to come up with something. The ball's going to find him, and that's always a good thing to have. So without that, the Jags, it's going to be interesting because this is how trends happen in the NFL. He gets hurt last week. They have no turnovers. So they have no turnovers again, and now you're like, well, Devin Lloyd's not in the game. They have no turnovers. Like that could be a thing that ends up
That's just the way the league works sometimes,
Well,
the way statistics work sometimes.
Yeah, but keep in mind, they should have had the turnover. Like Travis Hunter in Jigba caused the ball in the air. We talked about this already, but the Casey's dude, doesn't make the interception, drops it, and, it's not a turnover. But, like, they were there for the picking, right? Like, there's opportunities there. You just got to capitalize on them. And I feel like for the first time this season, when there's an opportunity, the Jaguars didn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, and I thought actually there were two of them because I brought up the Murray play where I thought he could have
Yeah,
dove.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if they put kind of that as like, hey, two more ops, like missed ops, really, to get a turnover. And you're right about the BJ Green one that was just quite frankly right in his hands. So we'll see where the trend leads for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was one of the things I was going to bring up actually on the defensive side before I get to a little more practice. There was something else I want to talk about from practice today. But while we're on that defensive turnover stuff, there were some national reports out this morning just digging into that Seattle game and their success and what they had offensively and what Darnold's been able to do and their big plays, that they really dialed back their game plan based on the Jags getting so many turnovers and their aggression. And I just don't I guess Saxonville, you probably had some game plans revamped when you were going to face that 2017 defense. But it's been a while, Austin, where I felt like a defensive kind of like their identity going into a football game kind of changes the way teams plan for them and look at them. You're going to game plan everyone. But I think this turnover thing was so real that teams are a little bit afraid of it. Quite frankly, that they're a little like, hey, this team just has a tendency to get them, and we don't want to give them.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we haven't felt that a lot here in Jacksonville. So it is refreshing to hear, like, yeah, teams are literally game planning to water things down for this Jaguars defense. But, it's weird how the Jaguars are going about it, though, right? Because, like, if I'm an offensive coordinator, like, for instance, if I'm the Rams, well, what scares you? Obviously, over the middle scares you right now because, whether it's safeties, whether it's linebackers, they're making plays, getting interceptions. So I don't like crossing patterns per se. The defensive line, like, it scares me in terms of maybe generating, like, pass rush, but, like, you're not seeing a lot of turnovers caused by sack fumbles, right? So, like, that doesn't really scare me. So it's interesting, like, because once again, like, if you go back to 2017 with Saxonville, like, if you're a coordinator, you're watching Calais Campbell and company, it's like, how are we going to block all these guys? Like, there's no way. Oh, and by the way, their secondary is solid too, and Jalen Ramsey's shutting people down. Like, what are we supposed to do with this? This year, I think it's a little different because, like, I think there's ways to beat it, but you got to be mindful of, obviously, hanging on to the football, number one, because the peanut punch, and number two, being careful, like, taking your shots over the middle because guys have been keen to, make great catches and cause interceptions.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I don't know. There's a difference, I guess, between, I don't know, scares you, game plans for you. I think certain players certainly do, like Liam Cohen says, right? They identify game wreckers. Like, who are the game wreckers for the Jags? Well, it's no doubt Josh Hines-Allen because he's getting a ton of attention, specifically last week. He got a lot of attention, and I think against the Chiefs, he was sore after that game. Even told us when he came on Jaguars All Access, he got a lot of shots to the ribs, shoulder, everywhere else from being chipped. And not to say he hasn't been chipped before, but without Trayvon Walker in there, they really gave him the attention. With Trayvon not at 100%, they really gave him attention again, and he's probably going to continue to get that until they see a little bit more out of Trayvon, because I do think that's what probably could scare a defense, an offense, and an offensive coordinator and a game plan are those two guys, because they can be game wreckers, but they got to be playing well and at 100%. To your other point, like, I don't know, as well as Jordan Lewis is playing or Foye Oluokun's playing or even a Devin Lloyd's playing, I don't necessarily think people go in like, oh my gosh, like, don't even go their way, right? Or try to avoid them. But I do think as a defense in totality, you are keenly aware of not turning the football over. Now, you're like that. Even when the Jags last year had 8 turnovers all season, you still don't want to turn it over. But I just think it gets on your radar so much that these guys are finding a way to poke the ball out and are pretty good at it. They're just pretty good at it. So I get your I think you're right, is what I'm getting at. I think Saxonville was definitely more daunting and stuff to work around because the pass rush alone, they were so good at getting to the passer. The pass rush alone can throw so many things off
the way the Jags are getting after the passer right now doesn't necessarily throw your offense off kilter, because we saw that with the Jags offense, right? I mean, Seattle, the pressure threw them off of what a lot of the things that they probably wanted to try to do.
Yeah, I think in totality, in 2017, offenses were more scared of the names and the players on paper than they are now. I think offenses now in this, this defense of 2025, they're more scared of the scheme. They're more scared of trying to diagnose at a very fast rate of what kind of defense, what kind of coverage the Jaguars are in, because Coach Campanelli's done a great job of disguising a lot of things, having a lot of guys come up on the line of scrimmage, and I think really confusing quarterbacks and offensive linemen alike. I think in 17 it was just like, man, how do we stop all these players? Like, how do we showcase our skills in front of these players? I think now it's like, well, how do we get around this defense? Not saying one's better than the other. And, granted, you still have some great names. You still have Josh Hines-Allen. Obviously, when Trayvon Walker's playing, that's beneficial as well. Devin Lloyd's making a name for himself. Foye Lukin's still dependable. And in the back end, you have some pretty good safeties and cornerback help. But to me, it's totality of the defense now. In 17, it was just, okay, these players we have to stop.
Yeah, I think you're right. Listen, if we want to call a spade here, I don't think overall people are afraid of this defense. And I think even some people wonder, okay, did they just get off to a good start? And because turnovers at that rate are really hard to continue to do, Austin. I mean, I think it's a hard thing to hang your hat on if you're Jacksonville, right? Like, hey, we're going to get 3 turnovers a game. Now you can go get 1 or 2, and that would be great too. But I think people are curious still with 11 games to go, what this defense is. They've given up a bunch of yards. They've given up some good, big explosive plays last week. Their pass rush is not unbelievable. They've suffered some injuries. So it's good, but not great, I think is fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. At the end of the day, listen, if you're giving up yardage, okay, so be it. But if you have the turnovers to back it up and you have a bend but don't break attitude, you have a shot, right? So, I mean, turnovers are key. They're the ultimate momentum changer. And if you can keep on producing turnovers, I'll be honest, I don't care what the rushing numbers say or what the passing yards say against you if you're causing turnovers. Now, we saw in Seattle, when you aren't doing that, then you get left a little more exposed. So that'll be the big question is can you keep maintaining that pace of causing chaos and causing turnovers? And I think anytime that you keep an offense guessing with your scheme and your different, variations of what it's supposed to look like, you have a shot to, right? Because I think this is the saving grace right now of this Coach Campanelli defense. We can sit here and say, okay, Devin Lloyd could be player of the year. We can sit here and say that Josh Hines-Allen is a Pro Bowler. Trayvon Walker is a Pro Bowler. Right now, are the stats saying so? Who knows, right? But we can sit here and say that. But what I think is happening is that you have a defense that's maybe making up for some deficiencies or, making up for maybe some all-pro play due to confusion. And if that's the case, then we shouldn't really see a fall off too much from losing Devin Lloyd, even though he is, playing at a very high level and all-pro level, if you will. But is he greater than the sum of its parts? We'll see. But I feel like with Ventrell Miller in there now, you keep calling the same kind of defense, you keep confusing offensive linemen and quarterbacks, you might be all right.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. I think that's a good point. And that will be an interesting one to see how much drop-off when there are injuries because of what Campanelli's doing. That's a nod to him, really doing a heck of a job right now, dialing up this defense, going to have to do it again against the Los Angeles Rams. Brent Martineau here in London. Austen Lane, Jason Hamby back in the studio. Let's Go Fishing, presented by Nimnik Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exterior. Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com coming up at 11:30. Don't forget 25% off Armor Guard Exteriors, all their products, if you tell them Action Sports Jack sent you. So make sure you tell them Brent and Austin Show sent you. You listen to Let's Go Fishing, you watch it, and you can get 25% off, normally 15% off. So a big savings there. Go visit Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com. All right, another practice observation, and Mike asked this about the vibe, and I was actually going to get there. I thought it was a terrific vibe. I'm not out at practice all the time. I know usually you got music playing and you got, a good feeling. And I would say most people, if you ask this question, would lean, yeah, it was a good vibe. It's certainly not usually a bad vibe at practice, right? I don't think we usually get that. But I did note it. I was like, this guy, kind of like a lot of smiles going on, a happy coach, and Liam Cohen, he was jumping around and walking around and flying around, like good energy out there, I would just say, amongst everybody. And then also notice this video, and Hamby, I think we've got this with Liam Cohen, Brian Thomas Jr. He was talking to De'Ami Brown. I don't want to make this out like, hey, this was his only conversation with a player. It was a long conversation, though, with Brian Thomas Jr., and I thought it was kind of interesting today at practice because he seems to really, we talk about how Liam's a relational coach, and he was having conversations with a lot of different guys, like before practice. This one during some of their drills. And it got me thinking, Austen, and you played for years in the NFL. You guys are big boys, if you want, if you will, for being professional athletes. But it's still like the sports psychology of high level sports, or just sports in general, that sometimes wins. And Cohen has to deal with Brian's situation. He has to deal with right now Cam Little's situation. I think there's a lot going on here in Jacksonville, or now in London, to deal with. But I feel like the way his coaching style is, it's probably good to get these particular guys out of their whatever they are in. And I think we're seeing signs of it with Brian Thomas Jr. It's not fully there, but I think so far the Jags have done a pretty good job of trying to pull him out of that early season slump, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that this is life in the NFL of being a head coach, right? I think every NFL team, they're going through different things, right? If you look at what they're going through in Philly right now, it's a whole lot of mess, right? You got to make A.J. Brown happy. What's going on with Devontae Smith? Is Jalen Hurts a top 10 quarterback? Like Saquon Barkley, why is it like every team is going through these things, right? Just the difference for Liam Cohen is it's really his first year, being thrust in this role and everything. But I do like, when you see videos of that, of him interacting with players and kind of keeping it a little lighter, I do appreciate that, just because I think sometimes as coaches, not only are you in the X's and O's business, but you're also in the people business. And I think the more that you can gravitate towards being in the people business and bringing it down to not necessarily like, okay, you're the star wide receiver, you got to go out there and make plays, and you bring it down to more of a human level, that's where I feel like you get the best out of your players. So I do like what Liam Cohen's bringing to the table here. It's definitely the new school approach, if you will, and I think it has to be done because – like every NFL team, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have guys going through stuff, and it's your job as a head coach to try to provide the tools necessary to get those players through those bad times.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this is pretty common. I guess that's what I wanted to ask you about is the Jags are 4-2, and so it's interesting that we have these things going on in Jacksonville, and they're 4-2. I feel like we've had a lot of going on in Jacksonville for years and years and years, but they've usually been 2-4 or 0-4 or whatever the record might be. So I think that's where this is kind of fascinating for me, and almost a bit like, well, it's a damn good thing they're 4-2 because for a rookie coach, you could be dealing with a lot, but when you can deal with it under the umbrella of 4-2, at least you can work through some things and given time. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago, right? Travis Hunter doesn't play much in the second half. Huge story if you don't get the win. Travis Hunter in general through 6 games. If you're not 4-2, even bigger story probably than it is. So I guess he's a bit fortunate to have helped these guys to 4-2 and be able to work with all the things that, like you said, every coach has to deal with something or multiple things in the course of a season, even the good teams. But you love to be able to do it, I guess, under that 4-win umbrella.
No, winning cures a lot, and I think it also masks a lot. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because I think it takes a little less off your plate as a head coach, but it's a bad thing because when you start going on, on that losing streak, it's the NFL, it'll happen. If you start going on a losing streak, then those things that maybe you didn't address early on in the year come back to bite you. Right, but I think this regime so far has done a great job of accountability and like we talked about with trading Tyson Campbell, always trying to get better and holding players accountable. So I do like that. I think it's a lot easier than like what Aaron Glenn is going through right now in New York, much larger media market and everything. But like, their brand of football hasn't looked great, and people are questioning him right now, as they probably should, because they haven't really been competitive in a lot of games, and even when they are, Justin Fields throws for like -4 yards in a game. So there's a lot of scrutiny right now. So, yeah, if you have 4 wins early on in this season, that's only going to help. Hey, Hamby, before we go to break, can we put the picture of the giraffe back up there? Because now it's time to put this to bed. This has been on my mind the entire morning. Not sure if Brent listened to the opening segment that we brought to the table today. Obviously, it wasn't sports because it's me and Hamby after all. Brent, I assume this shot is from either you or Stuart Weber. Brent.
Stuart Weber.
Okay. Is this one bush that was trimmed to be a giraffe, or did they combine like a bunch of different things to make the giraffe?
Oh, wow. I did not know that's where you're going because Hamby said we used the horse video. I was like, Hamby, that's a giraffe, not a horse.
Hamby needs to learn what animals are. Yep. Trust me. Hey, we know it's your bad. It's nobody else's bad. That is clearly a giraffe.
I didn't say my bad. I said that's what I meant.
Oh, I got you.
Boy, that's a good question.
1.
There's no way that's 1.
I'm trying to think like what. I don't feel like that's 1.
That's a giant. But maybe I don't know, Brent.
But
Brent, can you go out there and check it out, please?
I will. So see those hedges right to the left of it right now? You can see.
Yes.
So if you get big, you'd have to have those things be so big.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, Brent.
Like you could get the width on it, but you'd have to have them so tall. Would you grow them tall to first do that? Now, here's what I really think happened. I think a place like this, like that was not an existing anything on this property. That was they brought in.
They moved it.
You moved it. So do they grow these and then shape them? I'm starting to think that's what they do, Austin. I think they probably, this is one big thing and they carve it from there.
Right.
Wait, so you think this is one giant bush that they carved and they moved it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I think they took a couple things and glued them together. Brent, you got to go out there and check it out.
I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go check it
out.
Go
out there and kick it and see what happens.
Yeah, but you guys do. Let's go fishing. I might
we
go.
Will.
See,
Brent's.
We have. If there's anything holding it together.
We have let's go fishing coming up next here, and Brent's gonna go landscaping and get back to us of whether this is one just solid piece, or if this is I don't even know what you would use. It's not glue.
When we come back, let's go fishing. Paul Dozier stops by. A little college football talk is my guess as well. From London to Jacksonville, the Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show. Brent across the pond right now. We did get some word, I guess, on the giraffe. Not sure if you saw the giraffe, Paul.
I did not.
When you walked in. Hammy, you want to bring it up one more time for everybody? Because we have word on it.
Oh, yeah.
We were both. So, Paul, do you think that was just one, like, bush or hedge that was trimmed, or do you think it was, like, combined?
Wow.
Yeah.
One.
One?
That's
Hamby
what I
said
said.
one as well. Well, I guess we were all wrong because it's fake.
Oh.
So, kind of killed the whole bit, unfortunately. Yeah. Stuart Weber confirms that it's fake. It's like a fake Christmas tree, so.
Pretty work, Stuart.
So, I mean, I guess I was right, though, huh, Hamby? Because it's probably not one then. They probably had to glue it together and everything. Yeah, I'll take the dub.
No shot. You
I'll
get to
take the
that dub.
I'll take that
No
dub.
shot.
Appreciate you, man. I'll take that dub.
You were not right.
Paul Dozier, live from back from College Station. How was that? How was that experience?
Amazing.
Amazing.
I
Okay.
love that place, man.
Yeah.
That's a great. It's again. I said last week, it's the best place to go. I'll stand by it.
Okay. Can you paint the picture a little bit? Because I picture just like in the middle of the oil fields, like this small town, and it's just a college town full of football, like most Texas towns are.
Here's how I'd best describe it. It's exactly what, maybe not oil fields,
Okay.
but just completely flat. There's no hills, right?
Yeah,
There's just flat, and there's like maybe like a South Side type boulevard would be considered downtown, area with restaurants and stuff, and then there's a giant stadium sitting right in the middle of basically a bunch of empty fields with parking lots and RVs. And the crazy thing was Sunday, we had some air travel trouble. So we went around the sports bars and got to watch the Jags and everything. And these people just left their tailgates up. Like there's tailgates still up with TVs. People are sitting there on Sunday afternoon still watching the tailgate where they had their tailgate set up. I mean, they're the nicest people. I mean, College Station to me is greater than Austin, better than Austin, better the people, the atmosphere. Of course, not really fair to Austin because the Gators played there at 11 a.m. last year, which that kind of hurts.
Yeah.
But no, I'd go back. This is our 5th trip there. Next time the Gators play there, I'll go back. The people are awesome. The hospitality is awesome. The food's awesome. And the stadium's the nicest stadium I've been to in college football.
I always feel like, for instance, Austin, there's a lot going on in Austin set aside from Longhorns football. Like, yeah, they love their football there, but there's so much more to do. I feel like when you have venues and experiences like College Station, like it's football over everything else.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no distraction. So like I get that with Green Bay, like the Packers, right? Like I've had so many former teammates text me, be like, dude, what is there to do in Green Bay? I'm like, man, just play football. That's about it. Like
football,
they'll take care of it.
Man.
Yeah, football and cheese curds. But in terms of like the game day experience, Paul, you said A&M's up there. What are some other stadiums that you've been to and then in the college football landscape that you've been impressed with or that you want to go to one day?
Yeah, I like Lexington, Kentucky is a good spot. Again, nice, friendly people. LSU's you have to go once. You have to go see LSU. Auburn's a cool place. Getting in and out of Auburn is a real bear, though, man. The traffic, there's like one way in, one way out type thing.
Okay.
Tuscaloosa's a big, nice stadium. I think Tuscaloosa's a touch underrated. Everybody talks about the Swamp and everybody talks about Death Valley. One of the loudest stadiums I've ever been to is Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
I've been to Missouri, never go back there again. I've been to Mississippi State, I'll never go back there. We go to the Grove in a couple weeks. We go to Ole Miss here in November 15th. So
how is Ole Miss? Have you been to Ole Miss?
Yeah, I've been
Paul?
there. I've been there. It's cool.
It's different, right?
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Are you gonna wear like a nice polo shirt and some slacks and some boat shoes, Paul?
Hopefully, we bring back their coach with us. No, I'm gonna wear shorts. Well, it's gonna be in November. It might be chilly. I might wear some khaki pants and a hoodie or something like that.
Okay.
I believe in being comfortable. A lot of these people dress up. But interesting, one thing about Texas A&M, and we'll go on to fishing. But I sat on the aisle Saturday night with the student section. Like across the aisle was the student section.
Okay.
And I want you to think about it. If you were at the Swamp and you were sitting on the aisle, and across the aisle is the student section, they're gonna MF you. They're going to do everything. These are the most polite. I mean, there's a couple of them when they start kicking our butt that turn around and give you a little gator chomp, but
that's
all in fun.
Rightfully so.
But everybody there is so respectful, and even the students. I mean, it's like, golly, can you just be an ass? Please, just do something. Just
it's the SEC. Let's go.
Yeah,
it means more.
Yeah, but they're just first class people out there.
Paul, do you know why? I mean, there are plenty of reasons. But why the A&M fan base is so big, given College Station is so small?
I don't know, but they are a little odd. They don't have female cheerleaders. They have yell leaders, and these guys get up there and they start doing these hand signals, and I'm telling you, the whole deal, they know and beat the hell out of Florida and all this stuff, and they just But it's all clean, and I don't know. They're a little strange, but the older guys, the people our age, are just first class, and like we parked in a parking lot. I got some nice parking, and we walked over to these guys, and they gave us some hot pepper. Here, you can come hang out, but you got to eat this. And man, it was bad. It was like once we ate the pepper, they're our best friends. Come sit down. Let's give you all this. I mean, it's just the hospitality is second. I mean, I don't know. LSU is a lot like that too. You can go to LSU and they'll feed you and drink you all day long until they beat you. Then you'll have 10-year-olds flipping you off.
Hamby, I'll quickly answer that question maybe a little bit though, because I have two cousins who grew up in Austin, Texas. One's a diehard Longhorns fan, and the other is a diehard A&M fan. And the A&M fan is the younger of the cousins or whatever. But he told me, he's like, growing up in Texas, like, it was preached to us. And keep in mind, they're like in their mid-20s now. But they said growing up, like it's hook 'em this, hook 'em that, hook 'em that. And my younger cousin was just so sick and tired of the burnt orange and the hook 'em and everything. Like the alternative is A&M, just because like Texas Christian, Texas Tech, Baylor, like they're like a niche kind of thing. But like A&M throughout the entire state is still like the recognized brand, and it's almost like the alternative of like the loud and proud Texas Longhorns. So it's like you got the Longhorns or you got the Aggies.
And they hate Texas. Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They hate.
Yeah,
that was the thing. They were so happy with us for beating the Gators for beating Texas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were thrilled. They're like, they were mad Oklahoma was losing to Texas, and they were PO'd again about that. But they're definitely little brother to Texas. I mean, they have that little brother syndrome, and they're a sleeping giant. They haven't won anything in a really, really long time, and they are convinced. They have battered Aggie syndrome, they call it. And they're convinced, like they're like, you guys are going to beat. I'm just telling you, we can't have nice things here, type thing, you know. And I'm like, buddy, you hadn't seen this team play. You're going to be just fine tonight. We don't play very well on the road. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but no, it was fun. I'd go back again next weekend.
Cool. All right, Paul, well, let's talk some fishing, though, as well. Yeah, what do you got for the fishing report? What's it looking like this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, the weather looks nice this weekend. It's going to be beautiful weather. Some guys might be able to get offshore. Inshore fishing is going to be good. These tides should get back to somewhat a little bit more normal, which should help the creek fishing and inshore with the reds and trout. And the flounder is closed. It closed October 15th, so you can't keep flounder. You can still catch them, but what's fun is to catch it, not keep the best eating fish in the river. But so – you know, sheep's head, trout, flounder, this is the best time of year to go inshore fishing. We start getting a little bit cooler weather. It was nice and crisp the last couple of mornings, so should be good. Should be good.
Hamby, we got any videos or anything we got to play?
Yeah, we'll get to Roger Bump in a second. Paul, how does the cooling? I mean, feels like the first week in 6 months.
Windows are open right now in the
where
Lane
it's been
household.
amazing outside. How many different things does that impact if you're heading out this weekend?
Well, it's going to take a little bit of a while for the water to catch up with the air, you know. But it's going to start moving some things, some different migrations. Some fish are going to move from deeper water to shallow water and vice versa. So offshore, the bottom fish, there could be a grouper inshore of normal areas this time of year. The kingfish are still around out there, believe it or not, but the water, as much bad weather as we've had, I would imagine the water is extremely dirty. But out towards deeper water, when you get out to 100 feet or deeper, the wahoo should start moving and getting in there. There's a wahoo tournament that starts in about 3 or 4 weeks. This will be the sign of the start of fall and winter fishing. But out towards the ledge, there should be a lot of sailfish and a few dolphin or mahi and wahoo out there as well, blackfin tuna. A great time of year to go fishing, but so many people are distracted this time of year with football and hunting season that not as many people participate. But the weather has just been historically bad. It's just been a terrible run of weather. But again, it looks like the next 5 to 7 days we're going to have some opportunities to get offshore and give it a shot. So hopefully some guys can send us in some cool pictures next week.
Paul, if we're talking about onshore fishing real quick, like you mentioned, like maybe some dirtier, murky water.
Yeah.
Like, then how important is it in terms of what you're using as tackle or bait? Like, do you have to have like the bright things so the fish can see, or do fish have pretty good eyesight regardless of where they'll pick up on the bait?
Well, inshore, when you talk about onshore, I don't know if you're talking about
I'm sorry, inshore.
Like inshore fishing.
Yeah,
the water won't be as effective inshore as the rain makes the water dirty or makes it more tannicky, makes it that dark brown color.
Yeah.
It can still be clear. You know, live bait's more effective than anything, no matter what. And, you know, I don't know if it's going to be red hot because of all the rain we had last week, but it'll clear up. In the wintertime, the water gets gin clear because the cold air and the cold water kills off all the whatever you want to say that make the water dirty. So you crystal clear visibility in the wintertime. So we're kind of in the middle of that. But with all the high tides, there's probably a lot of stuff floating. I would imagine the water's fairly dirty. But the fish are moving and the fish are active, so it should be good.
Gotcha.
Let's go fishing, presented by Nimnik Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exteriors. Here is Captain Roger Bump with our weekly update.
Captain Roger Bump here with your Action Sports Fishing Report. This is October 15th, and no more flounder. You cannot keep any more flounder. till December 1st, so keep that in mind. If you catch one, catch and release only. Your best bet is slot reds in the creeks. You got live shrimp, either float rig or a jig head, moving tides, any of the creeks along the intercoastal, east or west of the intercoastal. Probably going to get a lot of slot reds, even rat reds, which are the smaller ones that are not the slots. Black drum, there's also sheephead, and there's a few trout moving in as this water temperature drops. We're about 75 degrees. We keep getting that water temperature going down, and those shrimp are starting to move out of Doctor's Lake and Palaca. Everything's starting to move in the right direction. It's just really slow. Keep your head up, keep fishing. This is Captain Roger with your Action Sports Fishing Report of the Week.
The man.
The man.
All right.
Paul, not for superiority's sake or not necessarily for competition even. I just think we need to get you and Captain Roger in a skills competition.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Just one-on-one. You each pick your events, right?
A fish
you pick
off
your
we're talking here?
specialties, and we get a little fish off. What do you say?
Yeah, we have a tournament. Captain Roger would smoke me inshore, and he fishes about every day. I haven't been inshore fishing in 6 months, doesn't seem like. But Captain Roger's a good inshore fishing. He kind of cut his teeth on the inshore stuff, and I kind of cut my teeth on the offshore stuff. So we'd be a good tandem, a team to team up, not fish against each other, because it might not quite be. He'd smoke me, and he might beat me offshore too. But
What's the secret to being a good inshore fisherman, right? Because you
know the tides, you know the spots, you know
Gotcha.
you know when to be where.
Okay.
That's and what to use when you're there. That's the key. You know, one day they're here, next day they're there. If they're not here, where are they?
Yeah.
And if you go enough, like, oh, well, they were here last week, but they're not here this week, so they probably moved down the creek or to the next bend or the next oyster bar. You know, Roger says a lot of things that make a lot of sense, but we've talked about you got to have moving water. Stagnant water. I don't care if you're offshore fishing or inshore fishing. If the water's not moving, they can move too fast too, but stagnant water. So you want to find a oyster bar with some moving water and some deep water nearby, and that's where you're going to have the best luck on the redfish and trout, stuff like that.
Paul, before we let you go, we got to address it real quick. Billy Napier at Yahoo Sports reporting that it might be as soon as this weekend that he's getting let go of his duties and everything. How do you feel about the report? Do you think it's beneficial to kind of get ahead of it, or would you rather see him just finish out the season for the Gators and then handle it when it's all said and done?
Well, I believe that if they lose to Mississippi State, they're going to fire. They probably won't let him off the field.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think they're going to lose to Mississippi State. They could. It wouldn't surprise. Nothing surprises me with the Gators anymore. But I've read it all. I think if they beat Mississippi State, they let him coach. Somebody I read somewhere that somebody said they don't want to give Kirby the satisfaction of getting another coach fired. Which,
as if their AD is thinking in that way.
He better not be.
No.
Right?
That's insane.
He better not be. Yeah, I agree with that, Hamby. I think
got a lot of bigger fish to fry.
It would not shock me if they fired him Monday, no matter what. I don't know. It'd be hard to imagine them beating Mississippi State 31-13, and they fired the coach. But
yeah,
it's hard to fire him after a win.
But they fired Jimbo Fisher after a win.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, it comes down to, like, as a university and as an athletic director, like, what are you more worried about right now, right? Because I feel like with these reports out there, you're already behind it because now you have players in the locker room reading these thinking, like, was our coach done or not? Like, that causes a distraction. And if you're so keen on trying to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, I don't want these types of distractions around my team. Like, I need focus.
I think the best chance to beat Georgia is without him.
I disagree.
I just think that Kirby knows the 5 plays the guy runs. Sure, he might have one or two differences. that's what happened against Texas A&M. They came out, played press man, single high safety, and Florida's athletes, out-athleted them. They made adjustments. The Gators did not.
Well,
that's just the way it is, and that's a common thing that's going on. The Gators haven't scored a point in the fourth quarter since the South Florida game.
Yeah, but Paul, the only thing that might be keeping you in these games to begin with, and we've both talked about, expected them at some point to quit. The only thing that might be keeping them is the relationship that Billy Napier built with those guys in the locker room. They might be playing for him. As soon as he disappears, they realize, oh yeah, we suck this year. Let's mail it in the last couple weeks.
But Hamby, and listen, this is definitely more of a college thing than is an NFL thing. But look what happened to UCLA.
Yeah,
they were the laughing stock of college football. They fired their head coach, and for whatever reason, they decided to start playing a little tougher. They absolutely whoop Penn State, and they go on the road and win again.
Well, I think, I think the Gators have not quit. They try.
Yeah.
I just think that maybe
sometimes a new coach can do.
If you just let the other guy call the offense, I don't know. You don't know. I mean, let's hear somebody else's ideas. Let's call a different play on 3rd and 6 versus. I mean, I watch these film reviews every week, and we run the same route. This has been the same route pattern for 4 years, and sure, maybe there's a little bit off of one or the other, but if this guy who's it's just I don't know. I don't think they're beating Georgia with or without him. So
yeah,
you can. I mean, Georgia's got better players, and Georgia's got a better coach, and it's it's a little bit sad to have that way, but it's what do they say, when apathy sets in, it's over, and that's kind of where we're at. I mean, we're going to go to Gainesville Saturday, and we're going to have a good time, and then we're going to go watch the game, and then we're going to go home. I mean, win, lose, or draw, it's okay. I mean, I don't care. Yeah. Luckily, 20 years ago, I used to take this stuff a lot more serious than I do now. Of course, the Gators were good, so when you lost, it was a big deal. Now we're so used to losing. If you win, it's a big deal.
You're just immune to it now.
Yeah, it's true. It's but there's bigger things in life now than college football, and maybe if I was sitting in Hamby's seat, I might be happy that the coach is lying to the refs and lying to the media and lying to himself, and they're getting away with all these calls and whatnot. So
that's the spirit.
It might take a little more, but
they're clapping, Paul. They're clapping.
Yeah, they're clapping. Yeah.
All right.
I tell you can argue the fumble, the clapping stuff, and the fact that he doubled down on it Monday. Maybe I did call timeout. I just forgot. That's what he should have said. But
they're clapping.
Oh,
they're clapping. A lot of fans. There were 90,000 people there clapping, right?
Yeah. Oh, listen, believe me when I say, obviously I'm not much of an SEC guy. I grew up in the Big Ten, but I'm looking forward to Florida-Georgia weekend with you guys. And you coming on the show here, Paul, just to kind of go back and forth and see what we got here. So
it'll be fun. I might have to call in. I'm supposed to be at the boat show. I'm supposed to be at the Fort Lauderdale boat show.
Call
on
in then, man. That's fine.
That'd
be
real convenient, Paul.
No, I'm supposed to be there Thursday and coming home Friday, but
Dude's all booked up, Hamby. Sorry.
Hey, I'll be around, buddy. I'll call. I'll definitely do my video thing. Whatever. It's all good.
Paul Dozier, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you guys.
And there's the fake horse that Hamby thought, or fake giraffe to the normal people, but it's all good. I think we'll have Brent back on the show after the break. Going to be joined by Casey Kurtz as well, I believe. And I think we might have a laying down the law game today featuring Brent in Europe. So we'll see how this goes. They still do they have Parliament in Europe? Is that out in England?
I think so.
Is that Parliament? Oh, yeah. So Parliament Brent will be making an appearance.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Okay.
You're my only lawyer friend. And I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Well, you take a look at the swamp right there, and there's a report that just came in from Graham Hall, I think it is, 247 Sports, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check it, just so I give the right person credit.
Yeah, that's him.
And Graham Hall, and said the nearly $400 million renovation of Ben Hill Griffin Stadium currently scheduled to begin in April 2027, according to Swamp 247. So that is a project that is going to go on until 2030. And also says the capacity upon completion will be 83,000, not including standing room only. Public meeting to discuss the renovation going forward. So what that does basically is kind of collides with the Jaguars potentially using Gainesville as a site in 2027. So that's where that's pretty interesting. Although I think most of us believe and think
that this thing's headed to Orlando either way. But does that help put the puzzle piece together a little bit more now that the Swamp is going to go a renovation? You'll be right in the middle of that, of course, at the start of that, when the Jags would likely have to play there in the fall. So we might have just put the puzzle piece together, guys. I know they haven't announced anything yet, and we thought by now this thing would be approved. We know it's not going now until at least December and probably early next year to be officially approved. But unless they come up with a new destination, we did have it on record that it was either Gainesville or Orlando. It certainly continues to line up like the Jaguars will play in 2027 in Orlando.
Did they ask the Tampa Bucks for permission? Do we know that?
Well, yeah, I know they've worked with the Bucks on that, and that's been a process across like the last probably a couple of years, right? As you headed toward this, so there is that element of it because it's technically, I think, the Bucks market, and so there are things to work out with the Bucks. But I also heard those were pretty good conversations. Again, I think it's common sense. I think we've all kind of thought like this thing's moving toward Orlando. I just wonder if even before they make an official decision, it kind of feels like it's official because of this news out of Gainesville, right? I mean, and keep in mind the news out of Gainesville, which we're sitting here in the middle of October, we thought on several occasions already we'd have the official news from Jacksonville on where they're playing. So they might have just been like, yeah, we can't keep this quiet anymore. We got to announce our renovation, or at least somebody else did. It was a report, by the way, that was pushed out there. I don't think by the University of Florida, just a report. So that's just came in the last 15, 20 minutes. And an interesting deal. We do talk to Shad Khan and Mark Lamping this weekend here in London. So I wonder if they'll have any kind of update based on this kind of news, even though Mark just said, I think 2 weeks ago, he actually said probably December is when we'll have a better answer on everything else. So that's where it's at. Just kind of an update, not really I don't think anything crazy, but an interesting development out of Gainesville. One other thing, guys, is welcome Casey Kurtz, and you might have to give him an introduction, so you can do that. But I'll pose this question. You guys were just talking to Paul Dozier about the Gators, and Hamby mentioned Fisher had been fired after a win at Texas A&M. I wonder if this was going to be is it just a circumstance, or is it a new way to do it potentially, where it doesn't matter if you win or lose. If the decision's been made, the decision's been made, because it feels like in the years prior, a guy wouldn't win a game and you'd fire him. Like you'd wait for a loss. It just seems uncommon to do it after a win, but the bye week is perfectly right here. You're going to do it anyway. Like I get why it adds up. I almost just wonder if this is kind of a new way to do it. You finish on a good note. It's easier to make a transition with an interim coach because at least the locker room feels better than it had. And maybe it's almost like the perfect situation, even if they win. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's almost like you're firing somebody on a Friday, right? Because, hey, well, at least you got the weekend to look forward to, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was fired on a Tuesday.
I was going to say, you speaking from experience?
Yeah, I am, but no, it was a Tuesday. It's all good, though. It happens. I think,
Yikes.
Ooh.
I think when you left, I think when you left the sports show as a Friday.
There he goes. Well, when I left the sports show, it was a Friday, but then I had to come back on a Tuesday to put the fires out.
Oh, that's right.
And then I had to say goodbye again.
That's right.
So that was fun.
That was Brent's worst idea.
I don't know if that was Brent's idea, but it was somebody's idea.
That was terrible.
No, I don't know if there's really much to that in terms of like firing a coach after a win. I just think it's amount of timing, and I think being right before the bye week could make some sense. If there's been discussions with like boosters or whatever, and they want them out immediately, that can make some sense. So I don't buy the narrative of, okay, it's better to do it after a win or a loss. I just think it has to do with timing on the season and timing in terms of who's writing the checks.
What do you guys think?
I think this is an unfortunate conversation that we're having right now just because the judge had this locked in for one of the arguments that was going to be made. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments here. I think you could fire him today and everybody would be happy if that's the route you're going to go. You don't have to wait till you win or lose against Mississippi State. I mean, if you win, I don't think anyone's going to care. And if you lose. So, it's not good on the Billy Napier front. He's probably looking for a real estate agent trying to get out. Real quick, though, I'm not going to let this go unnoticed, Paul Dozier. We all know it. There's that spot in the corner of the parking lot that's smaller than all the other spots that nobody really parks in. Paul Dozier, in his ginormous Nimnik Buick GMC truck, backed into that spot, not on the curb, not hitting the car next to him. People with Priuses won't even park in that spot. And Paul had his truck backed in there beautifully. I saw him on the way out. I said, I've never seen somebody accomplish something like this in human history. So well done. Nobody in the show is really going to know what's happening, but there's a small spot in the lot that nobody parks in. Paul's parked in his big truck. Congratulations.
Here's the question. Self-parked, or was it like
No, he said he
autonomous?
He said he had to back up and back and forward a couple times, but he got it in there, and it's something to see. You guys really should have been here to see it.
Okay.
Paul's not self-parking a car, man. He's doing it himself. He's a fisherman. I mean, he's backed that thing. He's got a boat that he can park in spots. I bet he's really good.
Yeah, it's true.
It was impressive. You guys should have seen it. I almost took a
I
picture.
know exactly what you're talking about. That truck is not easy to get in there now.
No, it's not.
Anyway, it scraped up a little bit.
Hamby, do you care about Billy Napier?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the Gators' best shot to beat Georgia, which is really the only things they care about for the rest of the season, is can they beat Georgia, find a way, or beat FSU, find a way. I think their best shot at beating Georgia is to have Napier as their head coach. I get it. People want to see him a different play caller. Maybe that spurs the offense. But I just do think that those players in that locker room are fighting for Napier to keep his job, considering they know every week, and they have for the last year and a half, that if we don't play well, our coach is about due to get sent to the showers. So I think they should keep him till after the Georgia game, and if they lose that one, then do your thing.
How diabolical would that be if they just go, if you want your coach to keep your job, you got to beat Georgia?
I mean, their coach wouldn't have a job. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just like, hey, tell me if you're a player, you wouldn't play like your absolute heart out, unless you were kind of over Billy Napier. But
I mean, sure, you probably would, but I mean, I don't think that wouldn't have them beat Georgia. You're still significantly worse.
No, I mean, on paper for sure, but hey.
That would be a better story than, what's that train that was trying to go uphill? You guys remember that?
Thomas?
Nah, not
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Which Brent looks like a character from Thomas the Tank Engine right now, too.
He does. No. It's like a children's book. I know Thomas the Train is as well.
Oh, Little Engine That Could.
Little Engine That Could.
I think I can.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, it's not like they're going to run out there going, I think I can against Georgia. You're not as good. Like, it doesn't matter if you...
Hamby.
They can win that game.
Tell him, man. Tell him, Hamby.
Who can? The Gators?
Florida?
Hey.
Okay.
It's
Casey,
possible.
I'm going to be honest, okay? I put real U.S. currency presidential pictures on Penn State to go to UCLA and beat them by 21.
That's fair.
Okay? UCLA fired their coach. What happened?
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, you mean to tell me, okay, if we were to go like a couple weeks ago, who had a better chance of winning? UCLA taking on Penn State or Florida beating Georgia?
When you put it that way, I would have said Florida, Georgia.
There you go, man.
Yeah,
they beating Georgia.
Point. Meanwhile, I'm still wondering. I thought you were going after the Polar Express or something with the trains.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Tom Hanks.
No, but like, you know.
The Legend That Could is good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Like, you know, I don't ever remember Thomas the Tank Engine, like, driving, being like, I think I can. Like, I remember that other train. That was the whole gimmick. He was pulling something heavy, couldn't get up the hill, if I remember correctly. Maybe I don't.
Percy? Oh,
His
no.
name was Percy.
I thought you were talking about the other guys from Thomas the Tank Engine.
How the hell do you know a second character from Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh, dude, you got the Diesels, you got Percy, you got Thomas.
What's Thomas the Tank Engine? I thought it was Thomas the Train.
Yeah, but...
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, isn't it?
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
In the song, it's, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine moving along.
You know the song?
I missed the Thomas the Train. Like, who was in that wheelhouse? Like Casey, you or your?
That's
Austin,
your wheelhouse, Casey.
Thomas the Train?
Yeah, no.
I had Thomas Tank Engine on lock on PBS for sure.
I was watching Thomas for sure. I had the little trains that connected with the magnets, and you could make the whole thing.
Man.
There was a map that you could drive them around. Boy, at 3 years old, I was locked in.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Probably like 5. I was locked in Thomas the Tank Engine. Better believe
I
it.
bet. Like, I was just trying to think of it because I know it was huge, but it was obviously past. It was in between my childhood and like my kids' childhood because I don't think they were heavy into it. I think they caught the back end of it in 05.
That's it.
This is a
bomb.
phenomenon, though.
Yes.
This is a bot.
It was an English cartoon, right? Like British. I feel like.
I don't think so. They didn't have accents.
Where are
Did
the
they have
words?
accents? I don't know the words other than there's a part where he's like,
No, but
Thomas,
where are the
thank you."
words?
Oh, I don't know. You might have got
Yeah,
the,
I mean, let's go ahead.
you might have got the instrumental version.
And thank God for that. Let's not get thrown off YouTube.
Could you imagine
we
if the
go.
copyright strike that ended it all was Thomas the Tank Engine?
The one that brought the show down wasn't Taylor Swift, wasn't anything else. It was Thomas the Tank Engine.
Maybe they are English. I kind of hear it a little bit.
It's definitely English. I feel like we're listening to like Pink Floyd right now or something. We don't need no education. And we got that one. Nobody else did. It's all good.
You read.
You don't get what I was saying there with the Pink Floyd reference.
Yes, I do.
With this? Okay. Percy. Oh, Gordon was Gordon was like the kind of like the general manager, right? Like he was the kind of like the stern one.
The general.
Percy
moments.
Percy was just the dude that was just
The dog.
I was a Percy.
I always thought it was Thomas the Train, but you're
I'm
right,
not.
Thomas the Train Engine, and it's a British children's book, the Railway series.
There we go.
Take the guys over there, Brent.
Do you mean to tell me I'm not Percy real quich?
I don't know.
I am Percy.
Okay, yeah, I got you, bro. I'll never doubt that again.
Jason's more of like the Thomas, which is it's a compliment. You know, like you're.
I feel like that's
you're
what you
trying
wanna
hard.
be.
Yeah, you're trying hard. Ah, Percy's pretty cool.
They made the whole books and TV show about Thomas, though.
No, for sure.
He's the face. So you're telling me Hamby's the face.
He's the face that runs the place. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good for you. It's good on a
Maybe
Thursday.
the best compliment Hamby's ever had.
He's the Percy of the group. I'll tell you.
I thought you were the Percy.
No, he's Thomas.
I'm sorry. He's the I'm
Percy
confused.
Jackson.
Sorry, Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief. All right.
Hell is going.
Isn't that Dark Arts too?
Yes.
All right, y'all coming over tonight?
Well, that's not dark arts.
Hold up. Yeah, Hamby, are you doing the Harry Potter thing?
Yeah.
Okay. What time's dinner?
6. Movie at 7. I
Percy Jackson is Greek mythology.
Gosh, he looks so disappointed. 6 and 7 o'clock. What do they all work at 5 in the morning? Or
Brewers
something?
game, you know. Not gonna
I
make
won't
that
be
one.
home till 6. I got to do some news
that's
after
right.
this.
Well, I figured it's a little later, but I forget that's my world, not everybody else's world.
Are you gonna help make the meal? Or are you just gonna be on the couch looking at your $1 parlay?
Well, I won't. I'll be getting home as soon as dinner's like served, I think. So I won't be participating in the making of the meal, which everybody will probably be thankful for. So I'm hoping to walk in when everybody's there, meal,
dressed up,
and then we can lock in on Brewers Dodgers.
Hey, Hamby, are we on Prisoner of Azkaban or what are we on now?
Yes.
Well, we didn't finish the second one.
Oh my goodness! How do you stop in the middle?
How do you?
It was late, man.
These movies are long, bro. Start early.
That's unacceptable. You can't start a movie and just say, "Hey, we'll come back to it next week."
Well,
are
actually,
you kidding me?
I don't like that's
I
bad.
forgot
What
to
is
tell you.
that?
This is actually a good update for y'all. It was stopped in the middle because we had a Hamby family meeting because the Rush tickets were going on sale the next day. So we had to figure out on Thursday night what city we were going to, what dates, whether we were going to go to one concert or two, where we wanted to sit, who all was going, were the wives going or not. Yes, they're now going.
Sounds like a group chat to me.
So all
Sounds
of
like a
that was
text group
decided.
chat.
My mother calls at 9:30 last Thursday night.
Oh, it's too late.
He thought Hamby thought
that
there was
is-
a problem.
If my mom called me at 9:30, I'm getting like the suitcase ready. Something's going on.
Well, I figured actually
Somebody's
this
dead.
was coming because I knew that the tickets were going on sale Friday. So at the halfway point in Harry Potter, Mom calls. That turns into a 20-minute thing.
Gotta. Yep.
And that was the priority. So I shut down Harry Potter.
Can't do that.
And we got it figured out. So we'll see you in Dallas.
It's kind of amazing you're a person. Like some of the stuff that you like that happens with you. Like you do a bunch of stuff that's super normal, and then you'll just like drop something. Like I was watching Harry Potter, we had to pause it in the middle to get Rush tickets. Like that's just.
And then you haven't watched it for the week, right? So like you're coming into this.
Week.
Yes.
What do you get, a recap?
That's
Do you
what I'm
get a
saying.
recap?
Yeah, I need last time on
Harry Potter.
Last time on
That's what I
Harry
need.
Potter. Previously on Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Let's skip the recap.
Yeah. That's crazy, Hamby.
Yeah.
Huh.
That by the way, you might want to start like a new movie theater. You come in for an hour and a half because of short attention spans. You come back next week.
I like that, man. I like that a lot.
He would go out of business in 6 days.
But
nobody would come back for part 2.
Hamby, real quick though. So you probably like what, an hour 30 left of this movie?
Yeah,
I
for
think
dinner.
we got an hour left.
So then, what is the plan? You're gonna have like an hour movie dinner, and then are you guys gonna start the next one? And clearly, you won't finish that one. So then are you gonna stop at halfway? Okay, so it's like an hour movie. You guys are done.
Well, I mean, we'll probably do dinner.
Sure.
Separate.
Okay.
And then it'll be movie time. I don't know. This is
Yeah.
I asked my wife what time dinner is, and I'm assuming it's 6.
Well,
but I haven't heard back.
Doesn't have control of the household. That's what it sounds like to me.
Good thing me and Austin
Doesn't have
aren't coming,
control.
because you know how upset I would have been to show up seeing a halfway through movie.
Yeah.
You
Imagine,
invited us.
Yeah, you
yesterday.
invited us over. We're to come by for half a Harry Potter, and then just say, "Hey, have fun, go home."
I mean, we can just start the third movie.
No, if we're starting Prisoner of Azkaban, best one as far as I'm concerned in terms of the books.
Is that number 3?
That's number 3. Sirius Black makes an appearance.
All right, I'll ask.
Big serious black guy.
I'm a big Sirius Black guy. If we show up, we're getting the entire Sirius Black experience. We're not going to go half of it and be like, okay, we'll see you guys next Thursday again.
You should
Sorry.
really watch the rest of the movies if you like Sirius Black. He has a very large part.
We're good.
Okay. Gary Oldman in the movie.
Yeah. All right.
Oscar winner.
All right, we'll see what she says.
I have the Brewers game. I'm just kidding. All right, Brent, what do you got for us, man?
I got this for you guys that I wanted to bring. I wasn't going back to Harry Potter until you went back to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But there's like a big Harry Potter experience, like 15 minutes or so from our hotel.
I would hope so.
Oh, that is a British thing, isn't it? I completely forgot. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go on, Brent.
Sorry.
Hey, by the way, if you go back and look at the look that Casey just gave you, you should probably give him a right hook.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
How do you?
I know, because I know where it's going to go. Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes, that's
Yep.
exactly where I'm
I knew
going.
it.
How do you have Thomas the Tank Engine being British in the chamber, but then Harry Potter like, oh, they're British, right?
Because like I feel like Thomas the Tank Engine, they all had accents. Like Harry, I don't.
Are you serious?
I've never seen the movies. When I read the books, I didn't read them with they all had British accents.
You should have.
I read them with American accents.
Go on, Brent.
Okay.
That's it. I just wanted to share that there's a big, so it's like it's sold out for like last year. Guys went to it, like some of the players.
I'm sure it's
really
apparently it's a hard thing to get a ticket for. In fact, Weber was thinking of going, and he said,
I'm sure it is.
He said, he's laughing. He said it's got like 2 dates open all the way through the rest of the year to be able to go to.
I believe that. I mean, Hamby's over here like poo-pooing it. Harry Potter is like one of the biggest things in the world.
Hey, yeah, Brent, can you take us? I mean, do you know what it is though? Because like obviously at Disney they have, or like at Universal, it's like the Harry Potter world, right? So we've been there. You get the wand, you can like point it at walls, and it does cool stuff. Like, what is this whole thing like? Is it like you're in the castle?
Gosh, this is going to be. I
You
should
know,
bring Stuart
Casey?
on for this thing.
I don't, but I'd have to imagine
the
there's
Warner Brothers thing. Like they do. It's like a studio tour
okay
type of
See,
deal.
That's what I figured. You go to like film locations or something.
Oh,
you would think because it was filmed over there. So if Warner Brothers runs it, then it would be legit.
Imagine.
Okay, so they maybe have like some like the set pieces where you can just walk through.
I would
like the giant tables and stuff. I assume there's
I would
probably
think
tables.
so. Yeah,
from the
if
book.
Warner Brothers run, if it's some guy running it out of the back of a van, probably not. But if it's Warner Brothers, then yeah, I'd assume they got some good stuff.
It basically, I'm like looking at it real quick on YouTube, and that's what it is. It's like very behind the scenes, like in the movie scenes type stuff. If
We
I'm
could go be
describing that
wizards.
correctly.
Cool.
Yeah. Feels
All right.
probably Harry Potter Disney World
Okay.
without the rides.
I mean, hey,
Maybe.
people.
Or Epcot.
Listen, man, I've been to Universal a couple times. People take the Harry Potter stuff pretty seriously.
It's cool.
All right, but like people like will dress up like from how like the whole families will be dressed up as houses.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's.
I've seen it.
Oh, Hamby.
Hey, Hamby, by the way,
Hamby.
you're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you.
Hamby's acting like he's above it. Like he's not gonna have another Thursday night of Harry Potter.
Get your robe on, my guy, because it's about to happen.
Get your robe on. Get out the sorting hat. Where you going, Hamby? You going Ravenclaw? He's going Ravenclaw. Ain't he? He's going Ravenclaw.
that would ever
He's going
happen.
Ravenclaw. He's too dark, but he's not dark enough for Slytherin. He's going Ravenclaw. What do you got?
Only way that would ever happen. Actually, I'm never mind. Never mind.
Oh, come on, Hamby. Come
Hamby.
on. Oh, Hamby. Come on. What's up, man? Oh, finish that thought.
Well, damn it! I was gonna say the only way it would ever happen is if it was in the freaking dartboard, but I shouldn't have
Oh,
said that
wow.
because now it's
Oh,
definitely
don't
going to
worry.
be on the dartboard.
Don't worry,
Hey.
dude. That's what I was
Hey.
saying next
Hey.
anyway. So
Okay,
you-
good.
I was all over it.
Hey,
All
we go and jot that down real quick.
Yeah,
We were throwing darts
it's
a lot
definitely
yesterday,
dark
Brent.
board.
I hit a bullseye a couple times, actually. Hamby hit some stuff. It was good.
Hey guys, plus Hamby hit some stuff. Here's one to bring to the table for you guys. Weber brought this up yesterday.
Yes.
He was trying to go. So you remember last year? I think was it last year? Last year he went to the darts. No, maybe it was 2 years ago.
I
He went to
remember.
some big
I remember
darts
when he went to the
competition.
darts. Yeah.
And so it's like an hour and a half away. He went to the dart. He loves those darts. And
Yeah.
the scene does look actually pretty cool, though. I will say.
Dude,
But,
when they did Bulletproof, that intro, anybody ever seen that video? It always like pops up on my Twitter like every couple months. When that dart guy, I don't know what they're called, the darter, comes out to the Bulletproof. You know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Fly away, fire away, fire
Mm.
away. Dude, that was pretty insane.
LaRue, I think, sings that. Yeah. Oh, so like
It
the,
was good,
the guy's getting an entrance, he comes out to
Yeah, it
Bulletproof?
was like UFC type.
Okay.
That's cool.
Oh, no, they take it super seriously. I feel like everyone there just like gets drunk and like they party and they have fun cheering for darts.
No, I remember.
and they bet.
I think this. Why would you do this?
Why would you do this? No, put it back up.
No, I think that was a mispunch. Honestly,
No, put it back up.
No, I think that's okay.
Let's
He
see,
was
let's
just
see what happened.
mispunching.
Okay, fine.
Brent, I remember though.
Would you broke an award?
No.
Is that what happened?
No, it was just very close.
No. But Brent, back to Stuart. I think if you remember when Stuart sent us that video, I think that was on radio when he was at the darts thing. That was an electric environment. So please go on with
It
your
was.
thought. Amber, you're
It was a
moron.
good one. So now he just looked up yesterday. He tried to go to a big sumo wrestling event, like one of
Dang.
the big sumo wrestling events usually held in Japan is in London this week. And he
No
said he tried to
way.
go, and it's sold out so much that the tickets were over 650 pounds to get in.
What is that conversion?
Holy cow.
Put it on the
A lot.
CMG card. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brent, expense that. Go cover it, man. There's got to be an American.
There's
from
a guy from
someplace.
Jacksonville in it.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yes.
Honestly? Oh, okay.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
Jackson,
Get a credential.
650
credential.
pounds is $870 US.
Brent, that's nothing for the Amex to just swipe that real quick. That ain't nothing.
That'd be kind. So it got me thinking though, like how off the wall would that might be like tops of the list. Even darts would be less kind of off the wall of an event to go to. I never in my life have thought about going to a sumo wrestling event till Weber brought it up last night.
Do you think it's pretty electric too as well, sumo events?
Oh,
Gotta be, right?
Gotta be.
Yeah. So like what kind of electric event would you want to go to that's off the wall? Not pickleball, am I right?
Not pickleball.
Not at all.
Sumo.
I think darts would be the one.
No, I think sumo wrestling's got to be the top because, like, I feel like I've never seen or had the ability to go to sumo wrestling. In theory, I feel like if I wanted to in this country, go watch darts somewhere. I've never
but
once
not-
seen sumo wrestling
True.
at a high level advertised. Because
No, I've
Brett made
never
it sound like this is like the top of the top here.
Yeah, that's true. Like you just go to the beach bars and watch a dart league if you want.
Yeah.
There's no sumo leagues,
Right.
like taking place unless it's like Fight Club where it's like underground sumo.
But you wouldn't even know about it.
But we don't know about it. Yeah,
I mean, I
sumo
don't
might be
even-
the one.
I don't think they'd bring sumo wrestlers under, like, downstairs.
Like what other like I couldn't even think of something on its same like darts and sumo wrestling aren't even close
No.
in my opinion. To your point, like you could go to a darting event probably anywhere, but you could go to, I mean, shoot, think about the if you want to go triathlon, or you want to go watch something like that. If you want to go,
I mean,
I don't
Casey,
even know what else would even be in this thing, like BMX race or something. Like you never think about going to one, but would you go to one?
cricket,
I don't know.
Casey, cricket.
Oh, cricket.
I've
So
been to
we
cricket.
actually had this conversation
You
at
have?
Scrap House last night. You've been to cricket? How's that?
In Bermuda. It was cool. Like it was cool, even though I didn't know what the hell was going on. But
Yeah.
it was, and now like Stuart actually even someone knows what's going on in cricket. I don't know. He knows all these sports. I've
Mm-hmm.
watched cricket over here a little bit and tried to understand it. You can kind of, but not really understand it. But
Yeah.
it was cool to go to because it was a big deal in Bermuda. So people were like into it. And
Mm-hmm.
the crowd was energized to the point of the darts and sumo wrestling. Like it was actually a real vibrant crowd for the event, even though I didn't know what was going on.
So I'm actually super big into cricket now. I actually want to learn how to play because I've been watching highlights and it's electric, bro. Like,
So do you think watching that, like going to a cricket event, would be cool?
yeah, as long as they don't play like for 2 days, you know. We talked about this.
I think rugby would be cool. Like the world's rugby.
Rugby would be good. I was thinking.
I'd go see the World Series of Poker. Final table.
I don't
You
know.
would?
I don't know how electric it would be.
I would pay.
How electric is this?
Well, first of all, I know you guys have added electric into it. I don't necessarily think electric has to be in it. I just think it's kind of oddball. Now, like you're saying, like if you could see 2 of the greatest chess players have a match, would you go?
No.
Yeah, no, because you got to be quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm not smart enough to know what the hell's going on, like at that level.
Yeah.
Right. At least like stuff that I can kind of understand.
Like,
you know, maybe. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, see, if we're going to go to one of these events, Brent, I'm going to spend a lot of U.S. currency in going to it. Like, I'm going to have a couple basic beverages and have a good time. Like, I'm not going to go to a chess thing and just be like, you know, have to be quiet all of a sudden. Oh, he got us, he's got us pawn. Let's go. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
no one does that. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
See, I wouldn't even know what was happening at that point because I don't even know how to play. But I think another one that'd be interesting would be like an X Games style.
Oh, I've been to that.
Like skateboarding, like
Dude,
snowboarding type things when
fun.
they're doing the trick. Like I feel like that could be pretty electric.
How about
You've been
this?
to X Games? Actual
yeah.
X Games?
Yeah, like the actual X Games. It was in Austin one year when I was a kid. And I got to go. It just happened to be there when I was there, and like we went and checked it out. And I saw vert, BMX, and then they had skateboarding as well.
That's cool.
It was really cool, man. Yeah, I didn't see like Tony Hawk or anything, but it was still a cool experience. What about
Hey.
Go ahead.
Hey, we could start like a whole new chess series because some people do really like chess, but we can make it cool. Like we can have cheering and stuff in the chess match.
Yeah, that's what we need. The leader of cool, Brent Martineau, running a chess league. That's what we want.
Let him get pickleball first, then we'll go to chess. Leave him alone, man.
We've already decided on another business venture at the start of the show, Austin and I.
Oh, Brent, by the way, we have the business one of all business ones. Like, this one's actually a foolproof plan. Hamby, you want to tell him? Or should we get a PowerPoint presentation first?
I don't
for
think
his
we need a
investments?
PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, Sharks, we'll check this out. Hamby,
We're
what do you
gonna
got
put
for
them
him?
in 2 locations.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into the vending machine business.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically on 2 locations. I would like to put all of mine up and down the beach, right next to, not on the sand, but as soon as you get off the walk, for people that are going to the beach, oh, I forgot the snack, oh, I forgot this drink, or you're coming out, you don't want to drive, you just got out of the water, you don't have to drive, you don't got to go to the Publix or the gas station, all your chips, all your drinks are right there.
Now, real quick, because we didn't talk about this one at all. Like, we know this is part of the gig, the presentation. I'm a little upset that it's part of the presentation because it's not going to stop anybody from stealing my bike tire. You think it's going to stop somebody from just punching the glass and taking all the Cool Ranch Doritos? It's going to be 2 o'clock at night. Oh, what's this? No one's around here? Yeah, boom, punch. I'll take some Cool Ranch Doritos. They'll probably put my bike tire through the window to get the Doritos.
Insurance.
It would save their hand.
Oh, insurance. Okay. Now, can you tell my idea, please? The one that's actually going to make us money?
The crowd did not do any. There was no reaction there.
Crowd went mild a little bit.
I didn't know if he was done, but first of all, I think the idea conceptually isn't terrible. But first of all, very dirty vending machines. Very you might get some riffraff there that we might have to contend with. We might need some security cameras, whatever else. It could be an expensive endeavor because we're going to have to always fix the vending machines.
Oh,
See,
okay.
This wasn't part of the presentation, Hamby. We agreed on what I was going to bring to the table, and now you're trying to add your own little thing.
No, I was
You are
always
the Mike
thinking-
Wozniak of Apple, and I'm going to Steve Jobs you and get you out of there.
I still think
Keep
my
pushing.
idea is better than yours. But
Keep
go.
pushing. All right, now tell Brent my idea.
On the bright side, Woz has lived a long life. Steve Jobs cut out early. Not the worst guy to be. Go on, Hamby.
Austin's going to put the vending machine right outside the dispensary.
That's not bad.
Ooh.
Well,
Less violence.
Actually, I do think it's bad.
I'd love to hear your criticisms because I think it's a genius idea. I mean, can you imagine your bud tender, as they call them? Hey, do you know what pairs well with your indica? Some Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, but I'd have to assume they're not walking out of the dispensary already high. got to get in your car and go.
You've never been to a dispensary before, have you?
Okay, I guess not.
There we go. Okay.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, you have because you tried to apply for a job.
Of course. Hey, and by the way, have fun trying to keep it stocked with just the workers in general. Because, I mean, you got to test the supplies, right? You got to make sure it's good stuff. Even the workers will be going to the vending machine.
Now that might
Not
be
just the customers.
That probably is bad.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me. I thought about this.
Way more people.
Casey knows this. Casey knows this about me. You had me at vending machine.
Okay, so Brent, here's the deal, because this sounds like a challenge now. Hamby doesn't believe in my idea, and I definitely don't believe in his idea. You're going to have to front us some money to get our own vending machines, and we're going to see who can make more money in a year. Mine at the dispensary or Hamby's at the beach.
All right, I'll invest in that.
Yes.
He probably will, because I hate to be this guy, but Brian Middleton from radio.
This is how we got on it, yeah.
Is a
we talked
known
about
vending machine guy. There's a lot of places you can't put them.
Yeah, I figured you probably couldn't put them on Nick's or
Can I
public
not put them
access
at
beach.
a dispensary?
I don't, like, it,
Okay.
it has to do with, like, who owns the property and zoning and all that. Like, you definitely cannot put one on the sidewalk by the sand at the beach.
Yeah, the beach is going to be hard.
Call up Donna. Maybe get a special exemption.
Possibly. Like, you would need some help there. So,
We'll
but
send Ben.
If you could send Ben, see where the vending machines are allowed to be.
There's got to be a loophole.
It's got to be.
Oh, man. Okay.
I like what you guys are thinking, though. I'm telling you, the vending machine thing.
He's been
Got
trying
a
to buy.
chance.
He's been trying.
Well,
to
and
do
we
the
also
vending
had,
machine
we should
thing
probably go to
so
break here so we can talk some more sports here in a second. But you want to tell them about our idea, too, with the VR headset and the marriage house thing?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
he not on for that?
No, he wasn't on
You
for
didn't hear that yesterday, Brent?
Brent, did you go back and listen
I
to the
did
show?
not.
Could have went on Twitter,
not hear it.
YouTube,
Yeah, this is a great idea.
iTunes, podcast. Could have went anywhere and listened to it.
Yeah,
Spotify,
iTunes, very
Spotify.
good job.
We were just talking about people that don't live with each other before they get married. Like Hamby, my cousin, just did this as well. And we were saying that, or at least with me and Amanda, we lived together, so I knew kind of what the situation was going to be. Like if
Get a
she's-
trial run.
If she's dirty, if I'm dirty, whatever. And we came up with the idea yesterday that we should do VR goggles that you can put them on, and then you get put into like your girlfriend or fiance's living room and see how dirty they are, how they're living.
Because Brent, and here we go, man. Because think about this, right? Like, if you're gonna buy a car, you gotta test drive it. You don't just get in the car and say, "This is mine now," right? Well, same thing should happen for a marriage and living together, right? You should at least like get a good feel for what you're getting into, and not just jump off a cliff and go, "You know what? I haven't lived with you before. Let's get married and try it." So we're gonna have like it's gonna be a tedious process, but we're gonna have about like a 500 to 1,000 page questionnaire of just different things, right? Like, do you like to do the dishes? How important is cleanliness? All this stuff. We take that data, we put it in our VR program, and then we put the VR headset on, the couple and everything, and we see if they can live together through the VR, the virtual world, for like a couple hours, and you get a good idea of what you're getting into.
It's a good idea. I think it's a pretty good idea. The crazy thing is, like, Amanda still married you, and she test ran it. So, like, maybe
Brent's got to get his shots off.
Maybe this wouldn't shy away from the actual culminating of the marriage as much as you think. Do you think if she watched you in your own place, she would have married you? Like, where is
Casey? Your thoughts? Casey, your thoughts?
Bro wanted to get an investment.
Casey, your rebuttal. Action Sports Jacks Live.
What the hell?
Sorry. Brought to you by Kenny Lane Associates, men only, family law only, .com. Once again, all our very stuff here on the show. I actually like your idea, though. I do.
I wonder if you did. Have hit the button so we can go to break here.
Wait. Don't hit the button. Don't hit the button. Because everybody's come up with like this Shark Tank idea. I'm going to float one by you without a lot of research.
No.
Here we go.
If this is another omelet bar, there's going to be an issue, Brent.
No.
Not the egg. It's not the drive-through egg.
All right, let's give him a chance, Casey.
It's going to be something significantly stupider. What do you got?
But you guys, here's the test of it. There might be something like it already out there, and you guys would know better than me.
Pop-Tarts.
But so this Pop-Tarts. Yeah. This goes under the umbrella of like the golf simulator world, right? Where you can play like you're playing Pebble Beach or something like that.
And obviously the VR world, like you guys are talking about, you can be in that space.
Yeah. Okay.
How much of the VR, like, is there something for the regular consumer to really, really, I mean, like, genuinely feel like he's quarterback of a football team in a game?
They do have this now. Have you seen people doing this on like social?
I
I don't know the full extent, but I've seen people like making videos where they are like the quarterback of somebody, and you're wearing VR goggles. I do not believe it's linked to a game system, and you're out there playing quarterback. And basically what I've seen is people like trying to avoid a sack and they run into a wall. But
really?
it doesn't look that great. It's definitely real. Like there is a game that people have, but it doesn't like.
Okay,
it's not great.
I'm not necessarily mad. So, Brent, you're saying like a full-fledged quarterback simulator?
Yeah, because like I know they do, like in the NFL, I think Tampa was one of the first ones to get it. They did some kind of simulation with VR and stuff, but I don't know if it's like regular Joe can do it. Like I'm never going to play quarterback. I've never played quarterback, but I love to break down all these videos and tell you all the things a quarterback's doing wrong. Well, what if I could just tell you in real time, or I could experience it to show how difficult it is, much like a plane simulator, right? Like
I'm not mad at that.
Training is done in a plane simulator for people that are pilots. Like it is that real. So it's not a video game. It's got to be almost realistic. Like, hey, you're running XY concept against XY defense.
Sure.
You can actually play.
And you can pick your team, right? You can pick your system and everything. I mean, you can pick like, the Doug Peterson experience. You have 5 different voices in your head the whole time. Here's Press Taylor saying something, and then Doug Peterson saying something, and like you're trying to get the play in, but you can't. And then you're sitting in the press conference after, and everyone's blaming you, and you don't feel good. Like, yeah, I like it, man. Quarterback simulator. Let's go.
And the other thing is you do here, right, is because we don't necessarily have the arm strength, right, of any of these guys, like the normal Joe. But for this game, you get the arm strength of Trevor Lawrence or
I'd hope so.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to have. Wow, so this is really kind of a thing.
Yeah, but I still think this is a little. Well, maybe it's not different.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine after you have to sit in the press conference and listen to your coach just like berate you? You gotta like sit in a chair and just sit
That'd be
there.
awesome. No, I'm with you here, Brett. I think it would be fascinating if you like get put in that spot and like you won't like it's real. Like someone reads you the play, and then you've got to go communicate it and get it off. Like, and then I think that would be cool.
That'd be really cool. I'm not mad at that idea, Brent. That might be the best idea you ever had.
Yeah, because you got some real crappy ones.
Yeah, I did this years ago when I first got to town. I don't know how I don't even remember the backstory, but we were doing some kind. It was a ratings story about something with JSO and the police department. How difficult. The long story short is how difficult it is to be a police officer, quite frankly, right? Like in certain situations and some of their training methods and things. Well, I was put into the spot, so on like it wasn't VR necessarily, but it felt like that at whatever the time was. But and so you had to react to like situations, like knocking on a door or something like that. And I was like, holy, like I got killed. Like I was awful. Like I couldn't react to it.
That
like it was terrible.
And
it was just like, holy cow, like this is, it gave you some new perspective on it. Right. So we watch football so much and we sit there and hammer quarterbacks and everything else. And I wonder if you had that experience of the way it is in like the NFL, not a high school quarterback who thinks, oh, this would translate to the NFL.
Yeah.
If that would give you better perspective, all the people dissecting football around the country now.
It'd be cool.
That's wild.
No, it'd be interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Brett.
Yeah, Brett, nicely done, man.
All right, we got to be laying down the law when we come back. How about we take a break? Shark Tank over. We just keep coming up with new segments here.
Ryan Williams says, what about an egg breakfast vending machine?
Very good. Probably already exists.
I think he's being sarcastic, but yep.
That's how you go out of business.
We'll take it.
That's how you lose your money in 30
Put it in the Avenues Mall right now.
Put people there first.
Damn.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
We got darts.
There's the entrance, huh?
Yep.
We got some darts.
I like the
Littner. He's the
guy
star.
can-
That's not him.
I like the fact that this guy can be a star. You know,
Yeah,
like
beautiful.
I could be him.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the NFL. I couldn't be any of them. I could be this guy.
Yeah.
Probably make a pretty good
Cornhole.
living.
Cornhole, darts, and what's the Olympic one?
Oh, have
Curling?
some respect for curling.
Curling, man. Yeah.
Curling.
I like curling.
Curling
By
needs
the way,
audiences like
that's
this, though.
That's another. Is that an electric event? If you watched it,
I've
Probably
been
not.
to. So I have a friend who plays it. Okay. I mean, like this was like beer league curling, so there wasn't
Well,
really
yeah.
a crowd.
But like, I would have to imagine like Olympic curling's got to be kind of lit.
I don't know, man.
Real
Yeah, I mean,
fast.
there could be some cool shots. I just think with darts, it's perfect because it's instant reaction, right? Like it's so quick, and you go, and then all of a sudden, if you get the the 180, like that's like a grand slam. Like everyone just goes
True.
crazy.
well, and there's a lot of alcohol. Curling, you're probably not drinking as much in real time.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Well, I don't know about like in the Olympics, probably not, but like in the bar leagues, there are. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We should
How
start a
about-
curling
how about
team.
Pete Weber back in the day, man. He
Oh.
had one of his bowling
Oh,
events.
my
electric,
gosh.
electric for sure.
Electric. Who do you think you are?
All right, we're gonna get to the judge.
All rise.
Nope.
Get up,
Go
Brett.
Rising.
There's a lower body dated for me today. That would hurt.
Good job, Brent. Thank you.
You bet.
okay.
Laying down the law.
Bow you in.
It is time for the judge. menonlyfamilylawonly.com. Kenny Lane
baby.
Associates with the laying down the law. Make sure you check out menonlyfamilylawonly.com by calling 877-842-1252 or locally 904-541-1252. All right, Judge.
It feels like the best read you've done so far, so appreciate you for that. All right, let's get into it. First one, and I'm not changing any of them. We'll get to Billy Napier in a second, but we're going to start with this. The Jacksonville Jaguars will play football this week, and then they will not play football next week. Called a bye week. At the beginning of the season, I think there was a lot of positivity around the bye week being after London. Brent, you can start. The bye week being after the London game and the situation that the Jags are currently in will actually be a good thing, or it will not be a good thing for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I think it's a really good thing. I think it comes at the right time of the season. I think the Jags have been banged up really for weeks with the schedule. I've talked about how tough the schedule is. And even if they were to lose this game, I mean, then you could maybe say, well, it's really a good time because they got to figure some stuff out depending on what it looks like Sunday. But I think if it's 5-2, you get to feel that way for a couple of weeks, reset, get healthy, and then kind of go for the back half of this year. So on so many different levels, win, lose, being beat up a little bit, Devin Lloyd injury, it's really the perfect time this year around. They don't always come at perfect times. This year's a perfect one.
See, I don't think it's the perfect time because there's too many question marks right now to have a bye week after this game. Say worst case scenario that you lose to the Los Angeles Rams. You're probably going to lose because your offense wasn't producing. Your wide receivers weren't catching the ball. Your offense looked a little stagnant. Maybe defense got gashed a little bit. If you're taking that in the bye week, the narrative's going to be, well, what's up with this Jaguars passing offense? What's up with Trevor Lawrence and everything? So instead of getting able to prove yourselves, now you have to sit through a whole week of just questions from the national media, questions from us of, well, what's going on? And when you talk about, well, can you turn that around in a week? I don't think so. I would much rather have the bye week in the middle of the season, towards the end of the season, so we can see some more good on this offense, what Liam Cohen's supposed to be known for, before we have to go to the bye week and get a little rest and relaxation.
Hamby.
You want to use the bye week to fix the things, not to answer the questions, excuse me. So that's going to have to be a winner, Brent.
Real quick, too, on the Billy Napier thing, I already know Hamby's answer where he would lean, so you might want to get a new topic with that one. With Billy Napier. Just saying.
I'll do whoever has the best argument, like I always do.
Okay,
I think
okay.
I think Hamby does the gimmick. I think we'll be all right.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
We'll be all right.
I don't agree with half of the stuff.
I'm gonna fart the microphone with this next one. I'm gonna win just so we can go to game 3 here. But that's fine.
You can
I
take
love,
that
hey,
route.
by the way, that was a good effort by you, Austin, because I know you agreed with me, but
I did.
it was a good try.
I tried, man. Yeah.
All right. Billy Napier. Rumors swirling that, this could be it for Billy Napier. The question, Austin, is this. This should or should not be his final game as the head coach of the University of Florida.
May the jury have a quick word, please?
Please.
Sure.
Judge?
Yeah, what you got? My dog.
This doesn't happen in the courtroom, but okay.
Let everybody in the court be aware that there is no automatic wins, whether it be on round 2
Damn right.
or anything. This will be judged fairly, and if there's any strays or Georgia slander, that will result in an automatic guilty conviction. Please proceed with caution.
Okay, got you. Got it. We have to know our audience. All right, I'm leading off here.
Should or should not?
Okay, can you say the thing one more time? I'm sorry. Well, dude,
this should or should not be his final game as the head coach of the University of Florida.
So this should not be Billy Napier's final game as the Florida Gators coach, because this is a game that you're supposed to win, right? So if this is the case, then why not get rid of him already, right? You're playing Mississippi State. You're probably going to beat them, and you got one of the biggest, well, let's call it like it is. You have your national championship game in a couple weeks against the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, the Georgia Bulldogs, really tough team. Great program. I've spoken very highly about them for the entire year. You know, they're definitely a front runner right now in the SEC, where it just does mean a little more, in case you haven't heard. Kirby Smart, I mean, what more do you want to say about him? But I truly feel like if you want to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, it's going to have to be an emotional victory for the Florida Gators. I think you lose some emotion and you have some people questioning, like looking over their shoulder in that locker room if you fire Billy Napier before that game, because it's the most important game. This isn't a UCLA situation where you fired UCLA's coach and all of a sudden they started winning again. They could have cared less about that coach at UCLA. I don't even know that coach's name, okay? Like, nobody cared. It was just, okay, we got him out here. Let's start playing a little harder. With Billy, it's different. I feel like the players in that locker room want to play for Billy Napier. That Georgia team's going to be tough.
Bert, can you shock the world?
I couldn't disagree more. I mean, listen, they should fire him, win or lose right now, because the noise is as loud as it's going to be and going to get. And we already know it might be predetermined. I think that's what makes players say, well, what am I playing for? How's he going to get everybody fired up to play against the Georgia Bulldogs if they already know he's out? And we all know he's out. So get him out. Get a little rejuvenated by a new staff. Plus, you have 2 weeks because of the bye week to be able to do that. And I also think from a business standpoint, we all know he's going to be fired. There's talk that he's already basically behind closed doors been fired. Well, that's bad business on the Florida Gators' behalf if you're just going to stick with him even though you've already made up your mind. So, yeah, get him out. Should be gone. Win or lose. Monday, new coach. Gators then have a better chance against the rival Dogs. But don't worry, they won't beat them either way.
Well, damn.
Wasn't really complimentary, though, to the Georgia Bulldogs like I was.
The jury appreciates both sentiments, but this is going to have to be a winner, Austin.
All right, here we go.
I could have did that. Would have won it.
Here we go.
Could have did that.
Game 3, Brent.
You kind of did.
Oh, whatever.
Hey.
Hamby, hearing that?
I heard it.
Okay,
Let's
good.
get some order. Let's get some order.
Put it at the record.
Here we go, Brent. You're in the driver's seat to finally get a win. Let's see if you can do it. You got something?
I was thinking of like the courtroom sketch artist of drawing the picture of me just farting in the microphone. By the way, what's up with courtroom sketch artists?
Can we get
the
an
worst
AI of that?
Ever. Yeah.
That's what we need, Case. We need an AI of you as a judge, Brent on one side, Austin on the other, me duplicated by 12 as the jury.
Yeah, for sure. Because did you see the P. Diddy courtroom sketch art?
Oh, it was awesome.
My son could have did a better job blindfolded. Like, who's hiring these people to draw these courtrooms? Sorry.
I'm sure they make good money, too.
I know,
All
my
right.
bad, sorry.
All that will be taken into consideration. Brent, here we go. You're sitting right now, I believe, although you could be lying, in London, England. Brent, there's been a lot of famous people from London make an impact over here in the States. Paul McCartney is or is not the biggest London export to the United States of America?
Oh, wow. Good one. There's a lot to pick from here. I'm going to say Paul McCartney is the biggest export to the United States. I think beloved by all, obviously. So are the Beatles, and the biggest of all time in terms of that group and part of it. Certainly quantifies and puts him in that scope. But I think even his fame has lasted decades and decades beyond that. He even played in the Super Bowl in Jacksonville. How about that in 2008?
and 5. So, yeah, I think beloved Paul McCartney, best export out of London.
He's got a chance.
Hey, real quick, is this London or just England in general?
See, that's what I was getting at.
Because I don't know if Paul McCartney was from London, and I think this should just be England in general.
Okay, England in general.
Okay.
England's fair enough, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of somebody that. Okay. So, no, Paul McCartney is not the biggest export to ever come out of England. Paul McCartney, in my opinion, actually, this is a fact. Paul McCartney was the third most cool Beatle that there was. Okay, Ringo Starr on the drums, nobody really cared. George Harrison was the mysterious one. John Lennon was kind of the hipster that related more to the audience. Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Paul McCartney was the cool. Well, thought he was the cool dad with his tucked-in shirt and everything. Kind of a dork. Okay, kind of a dork a little bit. So no, he's not the biggest export out of the UK, out of London. I think, if we're being truthful here, and I'm not proud to say this, but I think the royal family, Princess Diana, that was more monumental than Paul McCartney. Not everybody tuned in to watch the Paul McCartney performance in Jacksonville for the Super Bowl. Everybody and their grandmother, because I was there watching, even though I didn't want to, tuned in for the Princess Di wedding, and then obviously the Princess Di, unfortunately, the aftermath and the funeral as well. I felt like that was bigger than Paul McCartney. There aren't Paul McCartney Beanie Babies going for thousands and literally thousands of dollars on eBay right now. There is Princess Di Beanie Babies, from what I remember, going for thousands and thousands of dollars. So to answer your question, I can say Princess Di, I can say Robert Plant, I can say Led Zeppelin, I can say a bunch of other people. Paul McCartney is not the most important person to come from England.
Hamby, they both made decent arguments.
This would be a Paul McCartney song.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Brent, this is your party music.
I don't think he can hear it.
He can't.
Can you hear that music?
I can't hear the music.
Screw me. All right. All right, Brent, congratulations. I was trying to play you a little disco music. Ringo Starr just caught a stray. Nobody cares about him. When I was watching a video of his last week. Meanwhile, hey, let me tell you something. News flash for you, buddy. Nobody cares about the royal family. Not on this show. Winner Brent, Paul McCartney. We don't get the Who. We don't get
Led Zeppelin.
We don't get Led Zeppelin. We don't get Pink Floyd. We don't get all of these guys. I don't care.
Yeah, but then you can say Billy Joel. I don't know. Elton John. Yeah.
Brent, take your dub. You are the winner.
How about that? I did think it was an interesting decision to go royal family, knowing your audience.
I don't know who else. Who'd you say is from England?
I don't know.
Wayne Rooney. What do you want to say?
I feel like
Couldn't you have gone Elton John?
No. Elton John better than Paul McCartney?
No. You could have gone freaking
Elton John's pretty big, dog.
Freddie Mercury.
No, it's the Beatles, man. That's what I was taking into account. I'm not only going against Paul McCartney, I'm going against the Beatles.
I think slandering the other Beatles was a decision as well.
Dude, no, that's just how I feel. That's my personal opinion. I'm not a big Paul McCartney guy.
Fair enough.
Wings and everything was whatever. I'm more of I identify more with John Lennon. Even though he was kind of probably the reason why the Beatles split up. I like John Lennon better.
I thought
it was a good line in your thing.
It was. It was a good line. I like that. Yeah. I also thought it was good that Brent pulled out the Super Bowl thing. Yeah,
it was topical, right? It was local. I didn't know who to go to. I just thought.
I know. See, that's why I thought of it, because it feels like there's a billion choices because there's a ton of famous English people.
Yeah.
But then to try to come up with one right there, it's like, where am I
on the
going?
spot? I know. I just thought of Beanie Babies and Princess Di.
That was the decision.
But I think, maybe.
You got to know your audience.
All right.
Brent, congratulations. You finally did it.
Well, he did win 2 weeks ago, but yeah. Remember when I conceded?
That was a fun show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to concede. Fun show, guys. That's Laying Down the Law, by the way. Brought to you by Judge Casey, really, and also by Kenny Lane Associates. menonlyfamilylaw.com. All right, guys. Hopefully someone doesn't steal our idea and get rich.
Yeah.
From vending machines to QBing to, what was the other one, Casey? VR marriages.
VR glasses to see if your fiance's dirty.
Or just shut down our stream and cancel it for stealing someone else's song I've never even heard of before.
Hey,
hey, Hamby, if we're going down, can we go down with a legit? What is this?
Nah, I'm with you, Hamby, because here's the thing: the damn high school kids get 6 copyright strikes a show.
Okay.
Like, it's crazy how often my phone's going off. Warner Music has copyrighted your Facebook video. I'm like, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, Hamby, if I were you, I'd play Spice Girls.
Yeah, play Spice Girls. Oh, Spice Girls might have.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Well, speaking
we'll do it again
of
tomorrow.
Coulda, shoulda,
British
woulda.
and American crossover, we'll leave you with this.
The dartboard.
Nice. Nicely done, Hamby.
Everybody loves darts. There's a bullseye on there. How about
Was there a
that?
chip out of that? What happened there?
Huh?
Have a good day, everyone. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.